Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited.
Hey, shalom, 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 everybody. How is everybody doing out there today? All praises be to the Most High. We are here on Tuesday night with Elder Rawchaa. I'm your host on G.O.C.C Media. Happy to be with you guys here today. Happy to be with you guys here today. I want to make sure that I'm coming in nice and clear, loud enough. We got a great show tonight. You know what I mean? I'm just coming, from the homestead, and believe it or not, I had a lot to do. And I know last week we spoke about things on the homestead and stuff like that because I needed a rest. But tonight we're here, and there's so much going on in the world. So much going on in the world. Boy. We have a lot to talk about tonight. Man, I'm sure you guys see the title. But first off, let me ask everyone, how is everyone doing out there today? How is everyone doing out there today? Let me get my mic right. I want to know, how is everyone doing out there today? I'm trying to see where I want it. You know what I mean? I like to move around a little bit. So it's cold. Everybody say they're cold out there in this winter freeze. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I've seen some places actually deal with, I don't know if we should call it extreme, but I mean, it sure wasn't catastrophic here where we are. So I'm more so going to say I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful because the years before we were dealing with, man, that you guys remember that hailstorm, and that we were dealing with like a tornado or a hurricane or something like that, if you can remember. And we were speaking about how it tore my greenhouses down and things like that. So yeah, this year I've been doing a lot of great stuff. I built a water well house around my well, things like that. And making sure that me and my family can continue to have water. So it's not so bad to believe it or not. Whatever we need to do to endure through these times. But I was speaking with Iraq, and I'm not shocked at them bringing these storms. In my opinion, I've watched a lot of different information, and in my opinion, I believe it's a way for them to make up for finances, because a lot of people are not worshiping these pagan holidays anymore. So, whatever percentage of loss they're losing, they can make it up now on the back end by causing some type of catastrophic events, allegedly, right? Preparing for the real new year, our new year, when the stock market starts to rise again. Okay, people are going in the stores and buying tissue and water, and I mean, I was in the store, and when I went in, I already have what I need to have, but you just go in every now and then to kind of see what's going on, and right? Things like that. And there was no water, obviously, because people panic. People are panicking at the last minute. So I always go to the baby section where they sell distilled water. Now they have distilled water that's fluoridated. All right, that has fluoride in it. Excuse me, and it's fluorinated. And I don't drink water with fluoride, so I get the one that does not have any fluoride in it. I end up seeing a white guy, an Edomite person, come through, and I'm like, man, he know the lick right here. The lick is right here. You know what I mean? So I go and get that water just in case I need a little extra water. But I mean, I'm good where I'm at, and we just was up in there seeing what was going on, right? And it just came to my mind like, man, these people are always up for a money grab. I mean, they're already. Let me tell you how you can really figure out what's going on before we go into the lesson. Go to your local Walmart, and in the local Walmart, before it's Halloween, they're gonna have Halloween stuff up, or your Home Depot. Let me tell you, the next holiday that's coming, they got the Thanksgiving stuff ready. Then they got their Christmas right after that. Let me tell you, way before, they already got Valentine's stuff they had ready. See? And then now they got the spring stuff ready with the plants and stuff already ready to come out. Let me tell you, this is how you can tell how they gonna swing things for the next phase. And it's never not about monetizing things for themselves, right? So you guys got to stay ahead of the game. Shalom, Elder Rawchaa. Shalom, Sister Lanisa Terry. All right, so yeah. So tonight I wanted to talk about a great topic. All right, and me and the elders been bouncing some videos off each other. Just, nothing serious, but all of the internet, you cannot help but to notice what's going on with our people, what's going on in the atmosphere in Minnesota, even though that's a total psyop distraction. Shalom. Shalom, all y'all. Even though it's a total psyop, psychological operation, total distraction, man. Like, listen, there's big prophecy going on in the world. Edomites, or modern day white people, or red people, whatever you want to call them, and I'm not saying that to condescend. That's just the truth. That's who they are. The elite of their people, right? The hierarchy of their people, who they're probably not even cool with or don't support, if they're followers of Christ, are preparing to get ready for war. That's the ultimate goal of what's going on right now. Change the system over. Get ready for total chaos and destruction. Right? Through artificial intelligence, the abomination that make it desolate, meaning a bunch of death, a bunch of emptiness when it comes to eventually people staying home because of some type of plague or sickness, or them just getting rid of jobs. The jobs will be empty. The abomination that make it desolate. All of these things that remind me of when they were talking about that statue of Nebuchadnezzar, where they're finally able to get artificial intelligence as that idol, as that image. You understand? But in a digital manner where demons can rest inside of this entity, or this robot, or this artificial intelligence long term. Instead of you getting angry, a demon can jump in you, and then when you are not angry anymore, the demon has to leave. Right? So if your volume is little on the low side, I wouldn't know why. You said my mic volume is really low. Let me see if I can turn it up then. Let me see if I can turn it up. Testing. I don't know why it's so low. I don't change these settings at all. But maybe what I can do, if you guys can give me a second, maybe let's go to a quick commercial while I try to fix this really quick. Excuse me for that. Let's go to a quick commercial. One moment. Let's go to a quick commercial and see what we can do for you guys. Some people say it sounds fine, but it's okay. I'll open up this really quick because I think I need to open up something else. So what we'll do is we'll play a little song for you. We'll play a little song for you really quick. If you guys can give me one moment. That's what we'll do. All praises. Well, I do it. I do it for the Most High, and you guys, it's all good. All praises be to the Most High. Let's play this. Fair use.
You know, the weapons of our warfare in this time right now is not corner. When you're going through temptation, when you have an episode of anger, strife, whatever it may be, you got to be loaded up with these precepts.
Yeah, man, how y'all doing, man? Sure. Man, pulling out this world. Hold on, there ain't even no problem right there, bro. I'm just letting you know who you with, man. That you the children of, man. You, all of y'all, man. Children of the Most High Power, man. You gotta read in this word. This right here, man. Don't you know who you is?
Nah,
Children,
look.
you ain't no African. You ain't no none of that, man. You the children of the Most High, man. Child of Israel.
I'm African American, man.
Nah,
I'm
man,
moving
you the
around with all
children
that,
of this
dog.
book, man. You.
Nah, bro, I'm black, bro. I'm
Feel what I'm saying? Nah, so you got here, man. The Most High Power. Feel what I'm saying?
What
Yeah,
time?
man. So I'm just, look, I was once there too, my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On the block just like you.
Move around.
You ain't got this?
Move around, man.
You feel what I'm saying?
Move around.
See?
Don't get up out of here, bro.
It is what it is, bro. You
Yeah.
feel what I'm saying? Ain't no smoke. What it is, bro.
You know, I was thinking, man. I know 2 Samuel 1:18 say, teach the children of Judah their bow. Rightfully so. But the weapons of our warfare in this time right now is not carnal. So we got to make sure that we loaded up with our modern day sword, which is that pistol, which is that AK-47, but I'm talking about the spiritual gun, that Bible. So when you're going through temptation, when you have an episode of anger, strife, whatever it may be, you got to be loaded up with these precepts. When you out there street preaching, you got to be loaded up with them precepts. You understand what I'm talking about? So load them up, man.
keep a full clip of precepts. Gotta keep a full clip of precepts. Keep a full clip of precepts. Gotta stay strapped cause I need that. Keep a full clip. One up in the chamber. Cause I gotta pop temptation or the anger. Gotta keep a full clip of precepts. Gotta keep a full clip of precepts.
You know I gotta stay strapped every time I move. Stay out the way, ain't come to play, I ain't that kind of dude. My mama raised me to behave, but some be.
All right. Check the volume out now. Please let me know. Check the volume out now. Let me know how we sound. We should be good. I mean, I only had to turn it up just a little bit. I wanted to make sure that the settings were not that far off. Let me know how the volume sounds so we can continue with the show. Let me know how the volume sounds. And if you need to refresh, you can go ahead and refresh. If the volume sounds good, you guys say good. Okay. It's fine. It's better. Yeah, I just turned it up just a little bit. Okay, great. Okay, great. Okay, great. All right, now I'll play this. I'll play this video. It's fine. I'll play this video for you guys. It's not a big deal. I'll finish it off since I already put it on there. Let's play it. Let's see how it sounds here.
Moving like some fools, like what you trying to do. Trying to raise my babies, love my lady, and the father too. But I got these two, and I got some tools in my treasure chest. Let's see which one I'ma choose. One kick like a mule, and kick you out your shoes. One will make you sleep, baby boy, you trying to drool. Then I got my precepts straight from Bible school. Some gon' think I'm weak, but I'ma keep the peace. So that Christ gon' save you before I grave you. I'ma shun my anger and let a higher rule.
Precepts. Gotta keep a full clip of precepts. Gotta keep a full clip of precepts. Gotta stay strapped cause I need that. Keep a full clip. One up in the chamber. Cause I gotta pop temptation or the anger. Gotta keep a full clip of precepts. Gotta keep a full clip of precepts.
Yeah, them precepts that be loaded. Like a baked potato, be smoking, always locked and loaded, eyes open. Ain't no cyclops in my focus. Stay silent on my approach. Kick that dough when they won't smoke. Pop a demon oh quick so fast. Pass them out, no 7-day notice. Four things appear in the face of a man, even good like that. See the face with expressive. It's that, know your threat. See, I wanna do good when you try to do right. Evil always be present, gotta know how to step. Can't act like we know how to shoot it, ain't studied that Bible. The precepts be loaded, I studied my sword for survival. Fornication, the killing many, can kill a nation, having sin is silly. Stagnation, yeah, we poppin' willies. Hurdles over haters trying to get me. Tipped about women, the devil witty. Killing the flesh of the spirit willing. Keeping the truth always cause offenses. Why deal with offense when we can really build some fences?
Keep a full clip of precepts. Gotta keep a full clip of precepts. Gotta keep a full clip of precepts. Gotta stay strapped cause I need that. Keep a full clip. One up in the chamber. Cause I gotta pop temptation or the anger. Gotta keep a full clip of precepts. 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 Gotta stay strapped cause I need that. Keep a full clip. One up in the chamber. Cause I gotta pop temptation or the anger. Gotta keep a full clip of precepts. Gotta keep a full clip of precepts.
All right. All right, now it's time to get back to it. You can check that mixtape track out, full clip of precepts if you want to. Man, we got some powerful stuff coming, man. That's just a mixtape right there. We just having a little fun. Full clip of precepts just means you gotta, like when Satan came to Christ, he had to have his mind ready with precepts in the chamber, loaded, ready to be fired, so that he does not fall into temptation. Okay? That's what this is about. So it's just a play on things, and it's just to help wake our brothers and sisters up who's out there in the world just like we were. So that's all what that's about. So I be myself. I don't pretend to be somebody else who I'm not. And that's just what it is. I'm a warrior. I make warrior music. I make and I'm just trying to wake up the rest of the warriors and the brothers and sisters. Not all of them may be warriors, but everybody's not gonna wake up to no offense to corny Christian soft music. And when I say that, I'm not calling Christian music soft, but there's some music out there that's kind of like, the only word I know to say is like, it's like you have to pretend to be some white Jesus lover, and that's just not who we are. It's not even in certain men's nature to just be crying all day and just, it's like, nah, like we're going to be ourselves, and our people are warriors. All the prophets were warriors. Christ was a warrior. And you got time where you playing gospel music, and you got time where you a warrior. You wasn't crying before you just go to war the whole time. Like, you had drums and trumpets. So stop trying to put your own spin on this. This is not for you. This is for Christ. It comes in many different elements, in many different ways. And, balances, the perfect balance is what it's about. So if you're old school and you don't like to hear rap, it's not for you. You don't need to hear rap. You listen to gospel. The main thing is you got to know what bait to get the children of Israel in, because you can't close the gate to somebody because you don't like something. This ain't about you. So guess what? Don't act like you wasn't out there jamming your hip hop music in your day. So listen, we can't totally just close the gate to people that's transitioning and coming in, because it's about both things. Rap is just a modern day poetry. That's really all it is, just with a up tempo and a beat. So if it's going to wake up the youth, let it be. You know what I mean? Now, it's a time and place for everything, but you know what I mean? So let me tell you something. I want to tell you guys something so serious too. When you watch war movies, and when you watch movies about empires, thank you, sweetheart. 1 second. Thank you. Sorry. When you watch war movies and you watch movies about empires, who actually rules? Who actually rules the empire at the end of the day? The military. Not that you have to be militant and scare people, but what I'm saying is, people can have their opinion all they want, but King David, let me tell you, that King David, which was a Negro, okay, was one of the most powerful kings. Why? Because he could actually go to war. He can talk that talk and walk that walk. You got people who can talk the talk and they just have power, but really somebody could just smack them up. But let me tell you, the Most High had kings where these kings had to be warriors. They couldn't just talk all of this stuff and then another nation is supposed to respect them just because they're king. Nah. Let me tell you. So it's like Donald Trump. Donald Trump can talk a bunch of crap, but let's be honest. If you put Donald Trump in a ring, it's nothing going down. Now it's a good part to Donald Trump or any leader who probably can't fight on the battlefield anymore. It's a good part to that. Now, the good part about that is that if you have men who will serve you, knowing that you're not capable of doing that, but because of the work you put in, these are very honorable men and women who serve you. So that's a spiritual side of warfare that we also have to understand. So just because a man can't do it anymore, that doesn't take anything away from him. If he was an honorable man, the people should protect that. But I'm talking about clowns and people who just want their way and their opinion, blah, 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 whatever. So you couldn't bust a grape. So that's the part we just have to understand. We have to understand all sides of this. So the reason I'm saying all of that on a side note is because sometimes people try to make this movement their own. Nah, it's Christ's movement. It has many different elements. That's why he said to go and wake up the Jews and the Gentiles. And so tonight we're going to be talking about just that, Jews and Gentiles. We're going to be talking about Somalians, not to show hate towards them, okay? not to bring hate towards them, but we want to show also some of the Somalians that may be some good Somalians out there that, hey, you guys probably didn't know, and you probably do know, most of you. You probably do know. But if there's some good Somalians out there who do know or don't know, guess what? I'm not here to bite my tongue, but at the same time, I'm here to stand on Christ's principles. Somalians are not Negroes, and we're going to prove it. We have to go through some of these videos circulating on social media because some of our people are just getting caught up into the emotional part of it where it's breeding hate. Knowing that Christ talked about this in Matthew 24. Okay, and let's read this really quick. Christ said in Matthew 24, talking about the prophetic times that we're living in today. Verse 3, and as he sat on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the signs of thy coming and the end of the world? And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. Okay, now we call him Yeshua, but I'm saying Jesus in case there's some newcomers who don't know that there were not any J's or U's. His true name is Yeshua, okay? All right, which means Savior in ancient Hebrew. Verse 5 says, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And you shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. We are right now, as we have been since this ministry started, like Baruch said, it's all not just going to happen at one time. Some things are going to fall into the place of others. But we continually see protests and things like George Floyd and all these different things where cops were shooting black people. You see, what was it, Trayvon Martin, all of these things. You see how it all continues. They continue to use the same plan, the same playbook. They used it when Nero claimed that the Jews burned some things down in the past, and they're doing the same thing again. But like Elder Rawchaa said, they would use Muslims, just like 9/11. They would use Muslims, Arabs, Arab extremists, only to try to bring it back around to so-called black Negroes or black people in America. But the term black, we've been trying to erase that term for a long time, because if we just continue to fall and stay under the term black, there's black Arabs, there's black Asians, there's black many people when you travel. But now our people are starting to see, like the scripture says in 2nd Ezra in the Apocrypha, then shall it be known who is my chosen. Why? Because you can clearly see who they are trying to target, just like they did in 2020. Okay? 2020, they said some type of cold or flu happened in China. All of a sudden, it ended back up in the neighborhoods and in parts of Africa, showing you at the end the target that they are coming after. They'll say, hey, it's some monkeys in a cave, or whatever the case may be. Some monkeys picked up some poop, and all of a sudden it made a sickness, and it's only now in the black and Hispanic neighborhoods. They even tried to use our own brothers. They tried to use the Northern Kingdom tribes. Okay? They tried to use the Northern Kingdom tribes. What do I mean about Northern Kingdom people out there who may not know? Well, when Solomon sinned and married many wives, even though he didn't sleep with all of them, he still followed the gods of these women. Okay? Of why our God told him not to marry these type of women and follow their gods. Why he told us this. Well, what happened was the kingdom split into two. Okay, what you call native Indians today, and we're not talking about unfortunately, the Indians that look more white. Not that some of them may not be some of the lost tribe of Israel, but really the normal, the original authentic Indians they just look very similar to Negroes. You can't really even tell the difference for the most part. So the northern kingdom, like the Dominicans, okay, the tribe of Simeon, the Puerto Ricans, right, the tribe of Ephraim, the Colombians, the tribe of Asher, okay, all of these Hawaiians, Mexicans, they try to play our brothers against us by sending some of them in here as immigrants, but then using Issachar or the Mexicans also against us. You remember just recently the Mexicans were talking about if the Negroes don't come out there, if the black people don't come out to help us in the protests, they're gonna see we're not gonna support them. Well, check it out. We love you anyway. One thing I want you guys to understand, we're gonna always love you. But it comes a time where we have to stand on principle because no one else is fighting for us. So, hey, you're not out there fighting right now, okay? And not only that, we're definitely not going out there because we're tired of going out there and nothing comes of this stuff. So the only thing I see right now is Edomite white people trying to get blacks to come out there, them paying a bunch of crisis actors. Every time they want some big event, they can just pay a bunch of Masonic crisis actors, allegedly, and they would come out to an event, right? But now, not only do you have just crisis actors, you have a lot of these immigrants that they let in, these liberals, these Democrats let in immigrants, and now the Republicans, once again, are coming in to clean it up. On both sides, okay, two wings of the same bird, we are the target at the end of the day. And they want to catch us in the snare. But a lot of our people are waking up and not buying it. But we also want to not just wake them up and they go right back to sleep. We want to let them know maybe what their pastors are not letting them know. Somalians are not Negroes. Somalians and a lot of these Africans you see coming over here, a lot of them are not us. And they are not like us, like Kendrick Lamar said. They are not like us. Okay? They're not like us. So, and what do I mean by that? I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. They'll tell you themselves. So I don't hate Somalians. I don't care for them. I don't care for anybody, even my own nation, if they are not righteous people. And guess what? I don't care about how people think about that. Okay? Because Christ felt the same way. He says, I pray for them, I pray not for the world. So the same thing you just heard me say as a grown man. I can't believe you would say something like that. You don't care for all humanity? Of course not. Humanity just means the colored man in the world that God made. I don't want to see anybody get harmed. I love my neighbor as I love myself. But right now, the focus is me and my people who are trying to get into the kingdom, the elect. And I have to focus on some of them who don't even know they're the elect as well, because it's my job as a teacher, or what they call a black man, to be an example to the next generation if I can be. Now, if my own people don't care, I can't care. I'll pray for them, but I have to focus on those who want to do better and don't just get caught up in emotion and, in all of these things. Okay, because that's where you will get caught in a trap or a snare when it comes to these man-made government-paid protests. Okay, where they're paying immigrants, ciphering money into themselves, and then we don't get any monetization, no matter if we built this country or not. That's the forever conversation of why the scriptures call us the hidden ones. They're talking about everything but hide everything we're talking about. If we say we're the lost tribes, lost Jews, the children of Israel, the children of Jacob, they don't want to talk about any of that. We're the hidden ones the Bible talks about, right? But they once again, we've been talking about this over and over and over, beating a dead horse, right? They want to take our style. I mean, even when you hear the Somalians talk, they're talking like us. They're not like us, but they're talking like us. Let's just keep it real. And I'm going to tell you guys something. We have people, a lot of people in West Africa, but a lot of them too have fell into the Hamitic ways of worshiping voodoo and Islam. So I have some really good friends that are from West Africa, and I consider them to be brothers in Christ. And then we also, just like our own people in our neighborhoods who we try to wake up, who just ignore us and who want to be ignorant, in Africa, you have a lot of those people. Now, the reason we have to give it a little harder to the people in Africa because, and I'm not talking about the good followers of Christ in Africa. I am never talking about them, ever. Those people are the ones who need a savior because their own African brothers over there don't care for them. They talk about how rich they are in Africa, how much power Africa has, but they're over here. They're constantly coming over here. If you had enough where you were, you shouldn't come over here and be greedy. You should take care of the needy in your own country. And guess what? They will never listen. They will never listen. They will never listen. They have pride, arrogance, and cockiness. See? This is just the truth of the matter. But and I want to tell you this. We've always loved Africa because that's where we thought we came from when we were ignorant. We've always spoken good of it. Man, I want to go back to Africa. Until you go back there. And then, oh, you can't buy any land over here. Oh, your visa is going to expire. Oh, we don't know what type of job you're going to get. And so eventually you come back. Not only that, they talk about kings and queens. And it's like, well, why, if it's kings and queens, we're going over there. And guess what? We know all Africa don't have just dirt floors and things like that. We know that. But even with that being said, they welcome us on video and social media. Oh, Africa has buildings and this and that. Well, why you can't buy no land over there and stay over there unless you're rich? Millions of black people can't just come over there if they wanted to. And that's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. You might stay somewhere 3 months and they like, well, you got to go back now. So we don't have any place to go, but even our own African brothers can come over here to the most welcoming country in the world, even though it's to capitalize off of us. America is one of the most welcoming countries in the world because it'll let immigrants come over here. But when we go to other countries, they don't welcome you. They're sizing you up, looking at you, ready to throw you in some type of weird jail or prison cell. Let me tell you, or take advantage of you. This is the truth. Now, obviously, not every single place is like that, but a majority of the places that you travel, until you get into, in town where you meet some nice, really good locals, okay? You have to go through a maze of mess, and then try to figure out, if I want to stay here, how can I accomplish it? It's easier probably for an immigrant to come over here, huh? It's easy for an immigrant to come over here and become a dual citizen than us going over there. That's just the truth of the matter. And we built this place. So we are those hidden ones. And we need to discuss tonight traitors, Judases, when it comes to these Black Panthers, okay, who now they're changing their name to Lions. And I'm sure Elder Rawchaa is going to go deeper into it on the whole political level and explain it to you from his side. But let me tell you, they are so desperately trying to get, I hate using this word, black people to go out there and protest. They're using Nigerians too, so that's why I have to speak on it. I know some Nigerians are our people. I know some people in West Africa are our people, not all of them. And I don't have anything against them. But what I do have something against is the principles. When they try to speak this garbage that we've been talking about, like, listen, they don't have nothing to say. If you, let me tell you, people who sold us over here can't tell me a damn thing. If you're not apologizing and you're not trying to make peace and move on in Christ, you don't have nothing to say to me. Get your little money and do what you do and be prepared for judgment. Yeah, straight up. That's just the truth of the matter. If you're not trying to follow Christ and our God, because a lot of Nigerians, when they come over here, even though some of my friends, they'll come over here and hang with only Nigerians. They may have a few black friends who they deal with, but it's Nigerians, part of Nigerian cultures, and I'm not knocking that. But I never felt that thing where it's like, man, let's all get together and, make this bread. And no, I'm not saying they're lazy. I'm not saying they don't work hard, none of that. I'm sorry to tell you, though, I'm here to keep it real. No, let me tell you, and I seen a post today about them saying, oh, Africa is great. They have Afro beats. You wouldn't have no damn Afro beats if it wasn't for hip hop. Nobody would even pay attention to that stuff if it wasn't for hip hop. Nobody would pay attention to that if LL Cool J, Rakim. Let me tell you, if Judah over here didn't use what we had to just make it from day to day, to have a little fun in the neighborhood. And guess what? We wasn't capitalizing off of it because we were just trying to, just have fun in the neighborhoods. If we didn't do that, the world would be a saltless place. Okay? That's just the truth about it. So now, like I said, we know there are people to a certain degree over there, but we're going to have to try to bridge this gap and try to gather the elect to the elect. But the people who walking around with vanity, vainglory, they're no different than the Gentiles who's coming over here building the Tower of Babel like in the past. They're not really here for us guys. Okay, they'll tell you how they really feel right now while all this other stuff is going on. So we'll talk about it tonight. Okay, nation shall rise against nation, boy. Let me tell you, what Christ said, it's always exact. It's always exact. Let's really quick go to some of the table of nations really quick, just to show the Somalians, which they already know, and people who they call black, who are Negroes here, where we actually come from. Okay, let's go to Genesis 10 really quick. We're going to keep the basics for you tonight because we know in the church the basics are not even being taught. We're at Genesis 10 right now. And it says here, now these are the generations of the sons of Noah. Shem. Okay, listen, you know how you hear that word anti-Semite? Well, this is where it comes from. Anti-Shemite. They really mean Shem. Okay? So I want you to pay attention. You're probably like, okay, it makes sense now. Yeah, Shemite. So you have the Shemites, and it says Ham and Japheth. Okay? And unto them were sons born after the flood. We're bringing it all the way back. The sons of Japheth, who are the modern day Asians or the original Europeans who lived. Yes, the Asians were living in all of the regions of Europe. Okay, let's see. Can I find a map? Just a quick little map just to show you. Look at that. Map of the descendants of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. This is just one of the maps. Now you see Europe, Tarshish, right? You see all of these names here. Ashkenaz, okay, Asia Minor, right? Before Alexander and the Edomites and Zepho started to push them, okay, to the other part of Asia that they live in today, okay, more east. So this is what you're looking at right now when we're reading. This is just for the beginners, okay, who don't know. Let's continue. So the sons of Japheth are Gomer, Magog, and Madai, okay, and Javan and Tubal and Meshech and Tyrus, and the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, who Israelites mistake and call Edomites Ashkenazi Jews. No, Ashkenaz is the son of Japheth. If you want to learn more about that, all you have to do is just come into our Hebrew and Bible Academy, historytimes.org, where you will learn proper history, okay, like you're in a university, okay? So it starts on Sundays, and you can enroll for $150 for 3 months. Now, this one have already started, but just to give example of some of the lessons, that they teach. Okay, why understanding Armageddon's purpose is key to hope, dispelling common misconceptions about total annihilation. Revelations 21 and 22, God's explicit promises of a new heaven and earth. The absence of tears, pain, and death, literal promise. What daily life could look like, a perfectly restored world. The promise of harmony, abundance, and direct contact with the Most High God. Now check it out. Why I said that is because they teach Hebrew, right? Ancient Hebrew. You get to learn the ancient Hebrew alphabet, letters, some common language of it. You also get to get world news that you probably can't hear on a regular basis on YouTube. That'll get blocked, okay, from one of our elders in the United Kingdom. So it's a powerful classroom setting where you get PDFs to follow along and all that, okay? And if you cannot see it, don't worry about it because it's recorded and it'll be sent to you through email, okay? And it's just for you. It's not for your whole family. If you truly want to study and you want to learn more about the Bible in depth, I'm talking about in depth, powerful lessons, go to historytimes.org, okay? And it also helps to support our church. Thank you very much for that. Now let's get back to the lesson. So, we're at verse 5. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided into their lands. So now we know here that Gentiles are considered to be, okay, some of these people who we just read about, Japhet. Not only them, but some of them, okay? Everyone after his tongue, after their families and their nations. Now let's check out who we're talking about tonight. And the sons of Ham. These are the sons of the Hamitic people or the African people. I can't stand to hear this African garbage. And I don't have nothing against it, but I can't stand it because it's not benefiting us. It have nothing to do with me. I'm not from Africa. Maybe some of my forefathers came to Africa or something, you know what I mean? Because our so-called African brothers was turned to Judas, helped to sell us over here. But let me tell you, I'm not claiming no Africa. I'm claiming Israel, where my forefathers came, because Africa was just a wilderness for my forefathers to hide in. And if they wanted to truly welcome us, like the ancient Egyptians did, right? If they wanted to truly welcome us, guess what would happen? They would have been like the Egyptians. That's why God told us we can't hate an Egyptian because they welcomed us there. But our brothers in the West Africa, they're not welcoming us like no Egyptians. I can tell you that right now. Okay? So, we like I said, once again, we don't want to hear this Africa's great garbage or Africa's the strongest man is in Africa. It's a little dude over there. Even I don't agree with everything he's doing. I show speed going over there whipping they behind. The Asians is going over there whipping they behind. The white man then went over there and whipped they behind. The Arabs is still over there whipping behind. Whenever they want to, that's what they do. So please don't have some pride in something that have not benefited our people and ain't welcoming our people today at all. Huh? Jerusalem is the mother of us all. Jerusalem. And if you don't believe it, it's in the scriptures. We can go there. Jerusalem is. It's a shame that Africans over there know that they're Hebrew but don't follow Christ. And we know there's little communities over there that do, but they won't promote those poor people over there. They promote these rich gold, diamond, oil rich Nigerians who are rich, or some Muslim, Mansa Musa, listen, some Muslim cats who worship in different gods, who over there dealing with voodoo and fufu. Y'all can keep all of that. Straight up. And if you have pride in your country, stay there and let us build with our own people over here, since we don't seem to be your brother, since we not welcomed over there. But if you want to build, we going to build Christ way. Not Oluwa, Hua, none of that. No African gods. Cause we know the homie is not in the homie Benin, because they sold us over here too. And we're going to go into that as well. The homie is not the homie. We done with it. It's over already. We don't want to hear what you have to say. We need to hear what Judah have to say in America. We need to hear what the people who came off the slave ships who were sold by their own brothers have something to say. Period. They should be the people talking because they built this place. We don't need to hear nothing from nobody else who coming over here benefiting off of our forefathers' hard work. Now, if you want to help us, if you want to help be an ambassador and some ambassadorship, we can talk. But that ambassador is Christ. We're going to have to focus on Christ, not old Lawya or whoever you call God over there. Not these little funny hats you wear with this witchcraft garbage. Ain't no kings and queens over there. The kingly line is through Judah, and that's through Christ. Period. Because if you can't keep what he got going, that's kings and queens to the devil. Okay? Straight up. Straight up. They try to act all holy and listen, man, come on now. Now, we not buying it because you don't even welcome your own brothers. You tell us we think we better than you, or you act like we less than you or forgot where we came from. How the hell we forgot where we came from when we can't go back to it? Neither do we want to go back to it. Everybody who go there coming back. Let's talk about Ham. Just so we can educate the people on who Ham is, whether they are Hamitic, and you know we need to distinguish with our brothers and sisters who's in the black neighborhoods in America. You're not from Ham, and if you are, it's okay as long as you follow Christ. And the sons of Ham, which are Cush and Mizraim. Mizraim is the Egyptians. Phut in Canaan, and the sons of Cush, Seba and Havilah. And Sabta and Ramah, Sabtaka, and the sons of Ramah, Sheba and Dedan, and Cush begot Nimrod. Nimrod, who was responsible for the Tower of Babel, okay, will be your modern day East Indians. Your East Indians are part of this. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. And if you've ever traveled, you look at the Egyptians, okay, you look at the Ethiopians, you look at the East Indians, you look at the Somalians, the Eritreans, you're going to see what we're reading right here. These people are Hamites. I'm not saying anything is wrong with them or bad about them. But the whole deal is we have to speak about the topic at hand today. They can't come to our country like we couldn't come to their country and speak boldly. We go over there, take their resources, but I don't know what resources we would actually be able to go and take in Somalia. What about you guys? I don't know what resources we would actually be able to go and take in Somalia. Actually, our people went over there and helped them in war. Judah. Some of our grandmothers, grandfathers went and fought in the Somalia war. For you to come over here and forget where you came from. Don't make us remind you where you come from. All we got to do is show videos or buy a cheap ticket, and guess what? We be ready to turn right around because there's nothing but trash everywhere, and that's just the truth. That's not condescending. That's just the truth. Okay, you can go in the hood in the projects, and somebody's house might be way cleaner. It may be all they have, but it be clean. Yeah, my camera's zooming in and out. I'm going to have to fix that. I'm going to have to tell AC to fix that. When I move, it's moving now. I don't know if that's some new update or something. Yeah, but you can come in the projects and see somebody's house might be clean, but you go in some of these places and you're going to see something totally different. Right? So, let's continue here. So, we're at verse 10. And the beginning of the kingdom was Babel and Erech. Where is Erech today? Iraq. Okay, yeah, that's what Iraq. That's where Iraq comes from this word right here, Erech. It means that the building or the tower was erected. And Akkad and Kalna in the land of Shinar. Out of that land went forth Asher, and builded Nineveh, and the city Rehoboth, and Calah, and Rezin between Nineveh and Calah. The same is a great city. And Mizraim, which are the Egyptians, begat Ludim and Anamim, and Lehabim, and Naptuhim, and Pathrusim. So this is where the Christian church loses their attention span, because they're hearing all of these different nations. Well, all of these different nations, let me show you really quick. This is what your pastor should be showing you in church. Some of the nations you're reading about right now. You see Havilah, you see Cush, you see Mizraim, where Egypt is. This is Mizraim would be Egypt. These are some Hamitic lands right here. Okay, you got Put, where Libya is. Okay, Sabah, where some of these Ethiopians are. Eritreans and things like that. Havilah, where some of the Somalians are down there. Right? Yeah. So the Somalians, they may be from the Hamitic tribe of Havilah or Sapta. Okay? So yeah, this is all the African tribes that your pastor should have been showing you about. So there's no confusion here if you just keep hearing so many names. You need to know the names, because these are the people that's coming against you today. See? So let's get it here. So we're right here at the top of 13. And Mizraim begat Ludim and Anamim and Lahabim and Naptuhim and Pathrusim, okay, and Casluhim, out of who came Philistim and Capturim. So your Philistines are Hamitic as well. We are now reading in the line. We're reading in the line of Ham. Your Philistines are right there. Hamites. Modern day Palestine or Philistines are now mixed with some of the sons of Lot and some of the ancient Philistines. You need to know who these people are. This is very, very, very important. So the land of the Philistines, or the Philistim, who come from Ham, you have to understand something. David fought against the ancient Palestinians, or the Philistines. There was giants in them. A lot of the giants came through this Canaanite lineage. So you can get it more in depth in our Hebrew and Bible Academy, but I'm just doing the surface because I have so much to go into tonight. But yes, your Philistines, I don't have anything against them and what's going on with them in Israel, because guess what? It's all prophetic to me. When I'm reading the scriptures, it's prophetic. It's not for me to have something against them. If my forefathers didn't sin, then we would have the land. I'm not here to blame them for anything. I'm here to bring it back around of what's really going on, so people don't just get caught up in emotion. Okay? So I don't want to see anything happen to anybody get hurt. I don't agree with everything that's going on with Israel and Palestine and things like that on a personal level, on a surface level, but I know it's prophecy. But just like the Palestinians don't fight for us and they don't care for us, why should I cry for them? That's just the truth about it. Yes. That's just the truth about it. So I'm not finna go and protest for no Palestinians or no Philistines. I'm teaching you tonight who they are. When something goes down in the hood, they're not protesting for us. Okay? So I will accept them as a brother or sister in Christ, though. See, that's the difference. The reason I can't accept another nation who don't care for me, because guess what? If I know how their religion works. If I don't, in Islam, I would be considered an infidel. So two can't walk together lest they agree. That's what the Bible says. So I can't worry about someone who's worshiping the devil, whether they know it or not. I can't worry about that. I don't wish harm to them, and I hope one day that all people come to the knowledge of the true God who is over all gods. But I'm not going to sit there crying about it and protesting when my people are whom God said to go and wake up. He said to the Jew first and also to the Gentiles, but to the Jew first. And the Jews keep coming up last. So I definitely need to stay on the Jews. Stay helping them. Because we know they're going to get forgotten. We know they need a savior. Yeah, I'm sorry about this camera zooming in and out. I'm going to fix that setting. You got to understand, some of these new things just come up with some crazy settings, man. But anyway, let's get back to it. All righty. So now you know that Somalians are indeed not Negroes. They are Hamites. Now you know Negroes are not Africans, are not Hamites. We ran into Africa or the land of Ham, like Christ said, okay? And the time was 70 AD. You can get it in the book of Josephus. Roman persecution came to Jerusalem and where we were living. And they sacked Jerusalem. Okay? Even on the book, they have a coin that says Judea Capta, meaning they captured Judea through the Roman Catholic Church who killed our Lord and Savior. But Christ warned us and said, listen, you need to flee into the mountains. And we went into Africa or the land of Ham. Just like Christ ran into Egypt before for refuge, just like Moses ran into Egypt among Africans. The problem is we went into Africa and stayed there and started to take on Hamitic ways. Some of those Canaanites who were living on the coastal areas, Ooh, sorry. I've been out there trying to care for these animals all day. Some of these Canaanites who were staying on the coastal areas, you got to remember, we were driving some of the Canaanites out. So obviously, they had brothers already in Africa. They would already have villages and places to stay in parts of Africa. And we would go among them. Rudolph Windsor, okay, he has books about this. From Babylon to Timbuktu, he has books about us going among Africans and things like that. So you can check some of that information out, okay? So let's continue. Negroes are not African. So when you hear Nigerians and the people in Ghana or wherever they're from, Congos, having so much pride in Africa, that's fine. It's nothing wrong with that. But we over here come from the blood, sweat, and tears from people they sold over here. Through tribal wars, and Edomites came over here, specifically the people who call themselves Jews and who are not, okay, who funded the slave trades, who seen tribal wars over there. And obviously, through the spirit of the Most High, you would have these specific spirited, rebellious people against other gods, against right, other empires. They sold us over here. No different than when you in the hood and you're going through and you're like, why am I going through all of this? And you look at yourself now and you realize why you went through all of that later, because Christ was doing it the whole time. The elect had to be moved and gathered to the elect. So don't take it personal. Israel had to come through trials, tribulation, persecution. So I'm not here to blame the Africans. I don't give a damn about blaming them. They did what they did. But our forefathers did what they did. Those people would not have been able to sell us over here, whether they were our own brothers or they linked in with the Africans or whatever they did, the Hamites. They wouldn't have not been able to do what they did if our forefathers would have kept the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. So I'm always open to whoever's over there who wants to follow Christ. But we're going to speak about the principles. We're not going to just let you trample over us and speak over us as if we're weak. We're not weak at all. Trust me when I say that. We standing on it over here in our own country, knowing we don't have no other place to go because you ain't welcoming us over there, and we doing what we have to do without complaining. Now, yes, some of our poor people complain, But all of those poor people, they're ignorant. They don't know any better. They're living in poverty. It's the job of the people who are doing better. Each one teach one to help the ones who don't know. So you can't use the people who are in the lowest state here and let them represent all of Judah here. You can't do that. That's unfair. Just like we're not going to think that because we see people in huts in Africa that all of Africa is like that. But at the same time, you coming over here. You coming over here. We got our own problems over here. How about you stay in Africa, figure your problems out? But guess what? We got so much love for you over here and Africa. We still didn't say nothing because we understood that the fight wasn't just about us, but it seems like you forgot about that. You came over here, got your little money, got your doctor's offices. It's a bunch of Nigerians with doctor's offices, all that. Businesses, getting the same benefits as Gentiles. And you know, my thing is, if you would have did that and kept your mouth quiet and don't speak on mine, then we don't have no problem. But if you listen, if you would have just stayed over there and took care of your own, we don't have no problem. But don't speak on mine. Don't speak on ours over here. Because these are the children of God. These are the children of Christ, whom you decided to sell over here, and we still forgave you and let you come over here. And you can say, we didn't let you come over here. You being trampled by the white man. Negro, you being trampled by the white man. You being spoon-fed by him by coming over here taking his money, being a Judas to your own brothers. You don't have no place to talk. If you want to get down and be who our forefathers was, let's get it. We can do this. But at this point, I don't know if I can trust you. You're going to have to show some humility for a long time and not just no apologies. Let's show some actions. Let us get some of them doctors, Nigerian doctor's office, and then we might think about eating some of that fufu you got. But when you keep the voodoo, we might take some of the fufu and some of the jollof rice. All right? And that's just what it is. I don't need no African music over here. But the world needs hip hop. The world needs hip hop. That's a fact. The world needs Michael Jackson. That's a fact. The world needs Whitney Houston. That's a fact. But we don't need no Afro tunes over here. We like them. We'll get down and how they be doing them little African then. We'll get down with you. How you be doing them nice little moves. You know, but I'm saying, we don't need that. We got James Brown. We had the 5 heartbeats, even though it wasn't a real group. But listen, boy, look how we grew up in our neighborhoods. Boy, you better not talk about we got Afro beats. Are you kidding me? That thing just came alive. Burna Boy that came over here and got with Puffy. Let me tell you, listen, even Puffy getting the Africans over here. It's real. No Diddy. Come on now. You better watch out. Even Anthony Joshua said, listen, I don't want to go back to the damn Nigeria. He went over there and he almost got killed. Let's continue. Now, I'm not here to talk down on Nigeria. We're here to speak on principles. We can get the elders of Nigeria, leave that witchcraft to the side, and come back because you know you Hebrews or Igbos. You call it Igbo or Igbos. Let's talk about being the Igbos again. Instead of having tribal wars against those people over there. Those are good people, and they just trying to tell you they want to stay in line with who we were in the beginning. And if you don't, it don't matter. He's going to save the remnant out of Africa. And you can stay with your Oluwa. You can stay with your woman king and all that stuff. Let's continue. Let's jump to 15. And Canaan begot Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the Jebusite and the Amorite and Gur the Gashite and the Hivite and the Arkite and the Sinite and the Arvadite and the Zemarite and the Hamathite. These are a lot of different children. So when you look in Africa, you see people who be putting sticks in their lips. We need to see this. And we need to see this. Putting scars on their face and all of that. These are Hamites. Negroes, we ain't trying to be putting those sticks in our lips like we cattle and all that. We're not trying to be doing all that. We like to keep the little smooth little style. We like to play a little basketball, a little football. We don't, we not sticking. We not trying to do the barbaric thing. Let me show you something. We don't need to be cannibals, none of that. We need to show you guys a difference. We need to show you because we tired of pastors telling our people, lying our people, telling them we're ham. You got this. You got the right pastor today. I'm a little crazy. You got the right one. Ain't too much that scare me. And listen, you gonna have to show us you love us because we afraid to come to Africa and we ain't afraid of you. That's not what we saying. But we afraid of traitors. We afraid to come and you do us like Amistad again. You got these militant black dudes with AK-47s in their hand, and you talking about you want the black brothers to come over. Nah. We don't treat you like that when you come over here. This is Africans. This is Hamites. You wanted to know what Canaan is? Here you go right here. He's still alive. Some of the Canaanites are still alive right here. Esau done got him a piece. Esau thought some of this was cute. And so that created your modern day elite Khazar Jewish people. Okay? They wanted to link and get them a little whore right so they can get right. They got them a whore all right. They got them some whore rights. And Isaac said, listen, you better stay away from them Canaanites. And he wanted to get him some Canaanites, but they have some bright Canaanites with leprosy. I'm going to show you. Yeah. You need to know the difference. These are not Negroes. Look very similar, though. Don't forget Judah ended up getting him a Canaanite situation. So there will be some similarities. But that don't mean that's who we are. Okay? These are your Hamites. They are not like us. They look like us, but they are not us. I'm not talking down on them, but this they little style, what they do. I ain't never seen none of this on BET. I've never seen none of this on the Grammys or BET. Never seen none of this in the Olympics or the NBA. When they be claiming Africans is more stronger, listen, I ain't never seen none of them winning or doing nothing, and nothing against them. Judah got people 5'4" slam dunking. I just had to keep it real with you. Only African I seen, I think, was like, what was the guy's name? Manute Bowl or something? You can tell the difference. They walk like this. I've been in Egypt. They walk, I've seen all the tribes. They walk like with both hands. I'm finna show y'all. Let me show you how it go down. You know, Judah walking like, Judah got the cane. Judah got the cane with the hat. You know what I'm talking about? And Ham is man, when I first, I'm like, is that a brother? But when I seen how he was walking with the arms, because I can't move. Let me move the mic out the way, show y'all how they get down. Let me move this mic out the way. Brother was walking like this. From Sudan. And I'm like, man, what the hell? I'm like, what's up with my boy walk? What happened? Where did this, since we left, like they just start eating monkeys and barbaric, and it's like, hold up, Edom. Some of the people you talking about over there, stop getting us confused. We smooth over here. We ain't trying to eat no monkey and all that. Now some of them country boys and learn how to eat coon and possum from you, but in Africa, the bush meat that ain't got nothing to do with us over here. The way they walking and talking, you need to go check out Harlem Nights. Judah is a total different thing. The world have been influenced by our style from our God. It's nothing I want to be like in Africa. Nothing. It's nothing I want to be like in Arabia. It's nothing I want to be like in China. It's nothing I want to be like in Egypt. I'm not bragging. The world wants to be like the children of Israel in America. Facts. Facts. So can't nobody talk down on that because that's a godly gift, obviously. All right? That's just the truth about it. So let's bring it back while this camera zooming in and out. Now you know the difference why Kendrick Lamar was saying they not like us. Huh? Yeah. So let me show you some pictures of Somalians. You listen, we gonna bring it to you tonight. Be patient. We gonna bring it to you tonight. Don't try to trick us into going to no protests and talk about, oh my goodness, it's blacks outside. What kind of blacks? You need to identify them. You mean the Israelites who are the modern day Negroes? Israelites? That's who you're really trying to target. But you want to bring in immigrants. Here are Somalians. Look a little similar, but they are not like us. Nothing against them. Now Esau, he wanted to marry. You see this person who's red right here in the middle? Esau saw that there were Canaanites that were red just like him. So Esau linked in with these people. So some of the Canaanites were full leopards like this. Esau linked in with them. It may sound a little crazy to you, but they have Canaanites who have this same type of what do you call that? Albino look. All right. So these are your Somalians. They look similar, but they different. They not like us. The dancing is different. The flow is different. The style is different. The swag is different. Anything you want to call it is different. All right. One moment. I need to plug this old camera in. Let me plug this camera real quick. We was in a rush getting back, so some of my stuff I didn't plug. We're going to plug it in real quick. Don't worry about it. 1 second here. Let me take y'all on a quick break. Let me plug this camera. Let me plug this camera. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me take y'all on a quick break.
The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited. The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that he used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel, but yet no one.
All right, thank you guys for that commercial. I wanted to make sure we had that camera didn't die on us. So yeah, let's get back to it. HistoryTimes.org. That's where you will find us on Sundays, delivering powerful lessons to educate you on the Bible, ancient Hebrew, world news, and biblical prophecy, and unraveling the book of Revelation, all of the so-called Da Vinci codes and all that garbage. Listen, it ain't a code we can't unravel. So make sure you come to HistoryTimes.org so you can get your mind right, period. So you see the Somalians here. I just really wanted to show you the difference in some of the tribes, because people keep getting this thing confused. You need to know how Jake look. Listen, you can be in Egypt somewhere. Hey, that's a brother. I'm not saying he's not a man, but that ain't a brother. Lay some skin on me, cat daddy. That ain't a brother. He's black. But we need to start emphasizing who are the nations like God called them. That's an Ethiopian brother or black person. But a brother or a black person really means an Israelite. That's just the truth. A Judite. That's the real definition of black and real definition of brother, of what the world knows it to be. When the world knows black, they not thinking about Egyptian. Let's be honest. Our culture is so powerful. When somebody say black, they know you talking about a Negro. But the problem is we start letting these other cultures and Gentiles in. They're making money in Hollywood and all type of stuff. You come to realize how Prince died broke. How's Michael Jackson and these people dying broke and all of this stuff? Hold up. So it's like the brothers who make the style and everything, they can give you their talent, but then they have to die broke and not leave a legacy. But people like Nipsey Hussle can leave a legacy. Nothing against Nipsey Hussle or his family, but at the same time, Nipsey Hussle is Eritrean. His brother Sam still got that store over there. Why you think they got a store like a convenience type of vibe? Because that's what immigrants come over here and get. Brothers don't be doing that. That's the truth about it. That's the truth about it. They trying to make it seem like he made it out the hood. Listen, Africans, Arabs, and East Indians come over here and get gas stations and stores and little shops all the time. So we got played. Trying to make it seem like Nipsey Hussle was Christ. That's why that's why he died around Passover and all that. Nah, man, that's a bunch of garbage. He died when he was 33. Get that garbage out of here. Straight up. He is not our savior. So you're looking at Cush and the Ethiopians right here. They look similar, but they're not like us. You people need not be confused. Am I saying that the children of Israel have not been scattered across the four corners of the earth among them? I'm not saying that. Am I saying that the children of Israel have not mixed with some of them? I'm not saying that. But I need to show you, because we have a priority to talk about tonight. Showing you who you truly are and how your people look. There's a look to us. You can't go off of only outward appearance, though. But there is an actual look to us. There's a spirit to us. That's why the Israelites, when they went into Egypt and they finally saw Joseph, they were like, only Israelites can do what his two sons just did. It's a spirit about us that the Most High have put on us. That's why we're not trying to be like nobody else but ourselves. When you go to Africa and you see a Sudani wearing his hat to the side, he's doing it, but it's like not really natural. And it don't really have nothing to do with finances, because in the hood, you can put on a hat that you found in a trash dumpster somewhere. When you see that little Negro walk, you going to swear he was the coolest thing on the block. And people going to just look at him like, man, this dude got so much confidence. He don't got it all together. He might be beatboxing and doing something, and it's just like, it's undeniable. But when you go overseas, what's up, my nigga? This is what they be trying to do. In East India, I'm a black nigger. Nah, bruh, you're not. You're not. But it's all good. We understand that we rub off on the world, because Genesis 49 said Judah would rub off on all their brothers in the whole world. Period. So the Ethiopians, some of them are some beautiful people. Sometimes they have some beautiful people. But I'm sorry to tell you, if you want to ask me personally, I've experienced more racism from Africans than white people. I have experienced more racism from Africans and Hamites than white people. Facts. I got called the N-word. I'm talking about, if I had to be honest, and we had to ask and do a poll, I guarantee you, if we all traveled to Egypt, Africa, that you would get more hate from your so-called own brothers over there and Hamites than white people. I'm just telling you the truth. When we were around the British and people like that, I'm not saying you don't have some people who are a little ignorant, but they be showing more love. Malak had a whole restaurant, me and Malak, called Southern Kingdom. Southern Kingdom Takeaway. Okay, he made history out there. That had never been done. It had never been done in the world. So that's from the Most High. Southern Kingdom. That's like putting a flag down. Like, we here, we back. Okay, in places where Paul was. Guess who came to support the restaurant? White people. Not Africans. The Africans were jealous. It was only my one Nigerian friend named Tablet. And he said he ran from Nigeria because they wanted him to be the next voodoo priest. Right? Now check it out. Let me tell you something. When we were in that area, because they go over there and they marry Russian girls and all that, a lot of the Africans, since they talking about Africa got all this power. We were working and they were treating my African brother wrong, throwing him crumbs. And I told my brother, I said, listen, if I let them treat him like that, they're going to put us all in the same category. But what I realized, they actually don't. They actually look at black Americans different than Africans. They look at Africans more like slaves over there in Europe and all that, and they respect Americans, black Americans more. Even though they be hating on us too, but they have an order of it. We're gonna respect the black American, and some of the Africans can look like, oh, because you're Uncle Tom. No. You looking at it all wrong. We can call out our own Uncle Toms, but you can't call out anything, because you have been a Judas to your own before there was any Uncle Toms around. We're gonna let you know over here who our Uncle Toms are. But our God has a spirit on us. That's what it is. But let me tell you something. Because they were treating him wrong, I told them, listen, not only will you treat me right, me and my brother, you got to treat my African brother right here right too, because he's bringing in all these customers for you. Straight up. And I said, if they don't treat, ask Malak. This is true story. If they don't treat him right, we not working here no more. I told him straight up. I'm not here for no money. I'm about principles and integrity. But you know what I found out? as much as I fought and tried to build a community over there with the Israelites and the Africans over there, it didn't work. I wasn't trying to bring everybody together, but I was just seeing where this thing was going to go. I'm just watching. I'm just seeing. I'm like, okay, I made a sacrifice for my brothers. Let me see where this thing going to go. Tablet was the only one who held it down, but his African brothers, they would be, you couldn't really trust them. They was always on some Judas type of vibe, hating and jealous and wondering why are these guys doing this and that. You talking about we went to go check some of these Danites because they had an African brother who was working and they didn't even give him a day off. He didn't have a day off. Making minimum wage in that country, he didn't have a day off. And we were their counselors out there. Huh? So don't tell me Africa got some power because they getting punked everywhere they go. But we as Americans, we went in Egypt, we went in all type of places, and our God, because we worship the true God, he is the one who parts the way for us. And when we started that restaurant, we thought it was going to be a bunch of African brothers coming in and support. Nah, all white people. And so let me tell you, don't get caught up in the race bait thing, because it's not about race. It's about really lack of knowledge and understanding and who chooses to worship with God in their pride. So there go your Ethiopians. Now let's show you another son of Ham we talked about. Huh? Thank you for your patience tonight. I've been doing a lot of work on the homestead. Sorry. Let me show you how the Egyptians look today. Obviously, they looked a little different before, but let me show you how they look today. Obviously, they mix. This is how your Egyptians look today. Oh, you know, Esau makes it everywhere. Look at your Egyptians. Does that look like a brother? You hear all these conscious community people? We was in Egypt. Listen, this dude right here is an Arab you looking at. Egyptians is mixed with Arabs now. You got to go to Luxor in Upper Egypt to see true Egyptians. Here go your Egyptians. Who they look like? Hamites, though. Look very similar to the other people, just have been mixed with the Alexander and Esau. There you go. There go your Egyptians. Now you're going to see some people that still look like Joseph there because Joseph married an Egyptian. So there's some similarities with that. Okay? You can tell these are not brothers, though. That's my main focus of why I'm showing you this, right? You can tell they look nothing like brothers. When you hear these conscious community, don't be confused. Once again, watch this. Now you're going to be able to see the difference in Ethiopians and Negroes. Nothing against these brothers, but these are Eritrean brothers. They are not Negroes. They came in Philly. Parents probably Muslim because Philly have a lot of Muslims out there. I know how Arabs look. I know how Ethiopians look. And when you look these brothers up, they are Eritrean. They are not Negroes. We keep getting fooled. Okay? This is who they are. Wallow don't even look like us at all. Gilly looked just like an Ethiopian. Nipsey Hussle. They dress like us to make you think they look like us. This is witchcraft. Another Ethiopian Eritrean. Nothing against them, but they are not us. They've been linking these people in to confuse you. Look at that face. That is not a Negro face. If he wants to join Christ, I'm good. I'm not saying the brother's ugly, but I'm just saying it's not an Israelite Negro face. That's all I'm telling you. We can go on and on and on, but we're going to leave that there. Okay? So I wanted to show you. Let's jump to it really quick because we can't finish all of the scriptures. I'll be on here forever tonight. So you've seen some of the Canaanite children. Let's just jump to verse 21. Unto Shem. How can the Jewish people say people are anti-Shemite as if they're the only Shemites? That means all Shemites should be able to claim anti-Shemite. But we're the chosen people of God, but you don't believe in Jesus Christ. So you can't make the rules if you're reading something else, the Talmud and stuff like that, saying that Christ is burning in hell in feces and stuff. You don't even believe in him to say you're an to say that you're a Shemite. So unto Shem, also the father of all the children of Eber. Now we teach this in our Hebrew and Bible Academy. When you go to the Strong's Concordance and you look up Eber, it's going to show you Ibaria, which is where the word Hebrew comes from. Okay? To pass over, to cross over. Okay? You can't get it confused with these people like Yaki Awakens and Chingy and people like that who are making this about the constellations and all of this. Talking about the 12 tribes has something to do with the 12 constellations and horoscope and all that. No. That listen, unfortunately, I don't have nothing against those brothers, but that's way off. Okay, it's way off. But this is who we come from. Hebrew comes from this. Okay? Hebrew comes from Eber. Let's get it really quick. Just really quick, right in the Strong Concordance. In Strong Concordance, the Hebrew name Eber means region beyond, the other side, one who crosses over. It is derived from root abar, meaning to pass over or to cross. It identifies as the descendant of Shem, people who crossed over. You see that? Eber, Ibaria, Hebrew. So, right? Biblical significance. Eber is the great-grandson of Shem, an ancestor of Abraham. The term Hebrew or Ibaria is derived from this name. That's where Igbo comes from. Eber. Let's get the Zondervan Bible Dictionary really quick. For those of you who have it. It said, somebody said, wow, no wonder people really don't like Gilly and Wallow. Well, I'm not here to say they're bad people. Let me tell you, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm just telling you how they infiltrate us. Gilly was a ghostwriter for Lil Wayne. They bring these people in. Like I said, we've mixed among some of them and all that, but I just had to let people know. Some of our people just see black and they just include everybody. No. If you have your a Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, this is what it's going to say in it. Check it out right here. Ham. Just so the Somalians can know. They already know, though. Just so black people in America, Negroes, can know. Let's find out why your pastor didn't tell you that you were not him, because he's getting paid by the Zionist. Okay? That's why he's bringing in LGBT and all of that, and he won't teach you this. He'll teach you pagan holidays, not knowing the Roman Catholic Church is the mother of all churches or the mother of all harlots, of why you don't like Christianity. The reason you don't like it because your spirit don't resonate with it. Our spirit don't resonate with it. How can the Roman Catholic Church be the greatest supporter of Jesus Christ when they killed him? No. We ain't doing it like that. See, so that's why they're trying to bring in Somalians and just use the term black, or bring in so-called black Panthers and then slide them over and say they're black lions now because we come from the Lion of Judah. Don't fall for none of their tricks, and a lot of black people are not. But let's check it out. We are not Hamites. We are not from Africa. We are from Israel, Jerusalem. Huh? Let me get it for you before we go there. All right. We're going to Galatians 4 and 26 really quick. Let me get this for you since you want to go to church. You want to have some real church. And you wonder, how did we get this knowledge? We listen, we were sinners just like you. We were in the streets. We were criminals. We were thieves, robbers, hustlers, pimps, strippers, whatever you want to call it. Our God have woken us up from the valley of dry bones. And the world have tried to take advantage of our forefathers' sins. He used them as a whipping belt, spiritual whipping belt for us. We're not to blame them. We're not to say it's about the white man. No, our forefathers sinned. And I hear a lot of black brothers out there saying we have to stop blaming the white man, and they're right. Our God put our enemies over us because we have to look at ourselves. We have to self-examine. We can't complain being in captivity when our forefathers are the ones who sinned, just like they end up selling us over here. That's why he's only taking a remnant out. I'm not here to blame any of these people. They're supposed to try to take advantage because they've been sold a lie from Satan. We are supposed to try to take advantage of any opportunity we get coming out of captivity. We live in a capitalistic society. Who would not try to capitalize if everybody else is capitalizing off of us? But we just do it in a holy, fair, righteous way. But you're going to have some girth to you and some strength to you, because they're not finna let up on you. So it's not time to be a crybaby and talk about, what are they going to give us? Listen, they're not going to give us a damn thing. How about we work with the remnant of Christ, the elect to the elect, and we deal with them? So when you hear black brothers out there who are turning to be Republican, you can't shun them fully, because what they're seeing is like, hold up, we sitting here crying and I done been through all of these things, but I work to get what I got. So when they look at another person's situation, they like, listen, I was in the same boat as y'all, worked to get what I got. You got to stop crying. So we're not here to blame. So let's get this really quick and show you it ain't about no Africa. Want to hear no Africa garbage? I don't take no pride in Africa. And if people take pride in Africa, they have the right, because maybe they're from there. But I don't take no pride in it. I don't take no pride in America either. But I'm grateful because my forefathers built this place. But this is the place I take pride in, the place that I want my people to be, because prophetically that's where Christ said we're going to be. And I'm sure the brothers and sisters that are in Africa who understand this, they understand the same thing. It's just a place for us to dwell among the people, to hide in wilderness areas in Africa. That's it. That's all it's for. It's a beautiful place, but it's being stripped of its resources by Gentiles. There's no pride in it if everybody's coming to take from you and your people, and you leaving it to not help them. That don't make sense. And then come over here and tell us we got something wrong with us. How the hell we got something wrong with us and you sold us over here? You don't have an argument. Get behind Christ and chill. Let's read Galatians 4 and 26. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free. Why is it saying that? Because it was also talking about the Ishmaelites, or the Arabs, who come against us with Islam, like they're using Islam in Africa. And then some people try to, in Africa, try to tell us we need you're not the Muslim. Brother, you smoking cigarettes that got pig inside of it too. Chill. We don't worship no Allah who whack butt. We don't worship it. We don't want to hear no annoying thousand horns all over the place. It's total confusion. We want to hear the God of all gods. Ahaya, Ashar, Ahaya. I am that I am in the Hebrew. That's his name. And his son's name is Savior. In Hebrew, that's Yeshua. My Savior, Yeshaya. The same thing the native Indians used to call on. Ahaya, 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 Ahaya. That's what the native Indians were saying. I am that I am. So stop telling us, man, Israelites, they making up the name. It says the only name is Jesus. Listen, there was no J's or U's, but that's a whole nother argument. If you want to call them that, that's on you. But you need to read what God said his name was going to be in Exodus 3 and 14 forever. God himself. God and Jesus is not the same people. God had done away with us. He sent his son as a new covenant, a new contract, so we can get into the kingdom of heaven. That's it. Jerusalem, which is above, is free. So even though the Arabs got money over there, they was giving that money because God felt sorry for Abraham not being able to have his son Ishmael with him because he wasn't going to receive the promise. But having money and oil money and riches wasn't enough for them. They turned on our God who gave them money. The Arabs turned on the God that financed their 12 princes. They joined hands with the Zionists and the Jewish people, and that's where you get your Saudi Arabia today. Ishmael and Edomites coming against the children of Israel. Yeah, the white man and the Arabs have linked together in Saudi Arabia. That's what you're looking at right now when you're looking at the white Arabs over there. You still have the original dark Arabs that look very similar to us, okay, like Abraham, but that's what you're looking at today. They sold their soul to a damn rock. Yeah, the Black Rock. Why you think they got that company called Black Rock? That's that Allah rock, that Allied rock. Yeah. So they ain't free like they think they free. They think they got riches. You ain't got no riches. Your land is a blazing fire in the spiritual world. So hey, you joining Islam not knowing the scriptures say they ain't free even though they got money. They were the bond child. You letting a bond child come to Africa and put you under more bondage than your forefathers already put you in? Are you kidding me? The seed of Canaan has a curse. We went over there as Israelites to hide for a little bit and went and got under the curse of Ham, also the curse of Israelites. And now you put yourself under bondage of the Arabs. Good Lord. Good Lord. Father, have mercy. Somebody say, can I turn up my mic a little bit? I'm sorry about that. Somebody, and the rest of the people say my mic is fine, but that's as loud as it's going to get. Sorry about that. I don't want. Some people, you might got them old school computers, but you got to understand some computers or TVs, you might got to update that joint. I got some new quality equipment here, so maybe you got to update your stuff. I apologize though if it's coming in low for you. Yeah, let's continue to read. Black people, let me tell you this again. Negro, who are Israelites, black people in America, Negroes who are really called Israelites, because God didn't call us Mexican and Negroes. It's not about Africa, it's about Jerusalem. Galatians 4:26. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free. Africa ain't free. It's enslaved by Islam. It's enslaved by Chinese who be smacking them around over there. It's enslaved by voodoo and witchcraft that can't get them to whip the white man behind. If you're doing voodoo over there with riches, why you can't go to war and whip the white man? That means that ain't no real power. You might well put that voodoo down. You using it to fly on brooms, that's it? and to put some dust over your head and show you can cut a few chickens and, oh, I'm a rich doctor. That ain't nothing. If you're going to do some magic, you better walk around fly all day. You want to show people how you can cut some chicken heads off and look scary. That's stupid. Haitians got voodoo too, and their country is poor. What's the point of doing magic if you can't get your people out of bondage? Obviously, those guys don't have no power, so they ain't free. But Jerusalem is free, huh? And it may not be free now, but it's talking about the future prophecies of the people who would rule it forever. But Jerusalem, which is above free, which is the mother of us all. That's mother, not Africa. That's it. And that's it. Ham. Get you a Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. The youngest son of Noah. Who is Ham? It's sure not Negroes. Who is Africans and Hamites? It's sure not us. Don't let your pastor lie to you in that Christian church. I don't care if it's a Baptist church, Pentecostal, whatever type of church. We are not Hamites. And we have nothing against them, but we're not Hamites. Now it's time to talk about it, being that they're trying to use Hamites to eventually use ICE to come for our people and trick the world that black means everything black, when these other Somalians will run to their own country and we will be left here. Not only will we have not been given anything, they will now blame us for things that we didn't do, or they trapped us in and snared us in. Coming out with some fake Black Panther group that's got their behind whipped because they couldn't even have the same religion or agree, or they was on drugs. Anything that's not founded on Christ will fall. It can easily get infiltrated by the devil. The Nation of Islam too. Now I respect the brothers and how they carry themselves and all of that, but we ain't dealing with Arabs unless they want to follow Christ. Period. We not no Arabs. We're not following no Islam. Well, Islam means submit to God. Yeah, we submitting to the true God who's over the fallen angel Allah. Do you know where that comes from? That's no different than Nimrod's. That's no different than Nimrod's mother. The same Black Madonna. The same Mother Mary the Catholic Church deals with. The same what do they call her in ancient Sumeria, Syria? She just has a different name. Esther, Ishtar. That's where you get Easter from. Let's read it. I'm sorry to be going off, but the Spirit is leading me. The youngest son of Noah, born probably 96 years before the flood, pay attention, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, or of the black races, not the Negroes. We don't have anything against Hamites. They welcomed us in Egypt. But guess who we do have something against? People who will try to lie on us, steal from us, deceive us, trick us, trade on us. We do have something personally against that, because Amalek tried to do the same thing, and our God said that Amalek won't make it. The rest of the white people are going to make it, but Amalek, he's not going to make it. He's ruling in Hollywood right now. He owns the banks. He's trying to keep the 2%, the 1%, and all that up while the rest of the people are down. He don't even care about his own white brothers. So white people, if you watching, your own forefathers, Esau, to be specific, Isaac, a black man, told Esau, who came out red and hairy, because that's how Esau looks. He told him, don't you go over there and marry any of those Canaanites. And he did, to the mountain of Satan, at what was that, Mount Hor? I forget the name of that mountain, but it was in Jordan. And married the Horites. So you normal Edomites, you mix with a little Arab. So you don't have that Nephilim in your blood. But some of your people do, who are ruling this world. Mount Seir, there you go. So many mountains came to my head. There we go. He became the progenitor of the dark races, or the blacks, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. That's who Hamites are. We are not fitting the curses of Ham. We're fitting the curses of Deuteronomy 28. Moses said you can either have life or you can have death. And we chose death. We chose to leave our God, and now you see why people are calling people in Africa monkeys and all of that. Guess why? Because they're worshiping stupid gods and idols. They're worshiping dumb idols, so they became dumb, some of them. Yeah, that's what happens. When you worship dumb idols, you become dumb. You start doing things that normal people don't do anymore. And it's like, you haven't evolved? Yeah, because your idols have no power for you to evolve. You know how you get a Michael Jackson, a Whitney Houston, how you get these people who have all this talent from the true God. I'm not speaking against them. This is true. If you or I worship a dumb idol, we will become dumb. There's no power in something that's not real. You be staring in a corner somewhere, believing in damn Valhalla somewhere. I'm going to Valhalla and I'm going to be drinking with the gods and fighting and with Odin and all this. No. The Vikings was believing in that garbage, the Danites. And that's why God said the Danites will go off. It becomes serpents, snakes. They started worshiping Odin and all of this stuff. Even when you go over there today, they have the same tattoos. They still listen to the same gothic type of music and all that. Right? Yes, indeed. So I've showed you a few things. But I want to before we go into some of these videos, let me show you about the homie real quick. Who's supposed to be the homie, but not really. They're not really the homie. You guys, do you guys remember this? 1 second. I sent this to Elder. I don't know if he saw it. You remember this here? You remember this here? The Woman King. Yeah. Check it out. The all-female warrior regiment that protected the West African kingdom, Dahomey, during the 17th to 19th centuries. Set in the 1820s, the film stars Viola Davis as a general who trains the next generation of female warriors to fight their enemies. Huh? I want to show you something. I didn't see that garbage. I didn't see that garbage. Watch this. Once again, you got your little Black Panther, you got your little female warriors. See, you got your little female warriors again. What were they trying to show us? I'm going to show you what they were trying to show you. Huh? Yeah, we about to kill this African garbage. Yeah. They need to make their money, be quiet, come over here, stay out our way, because we're not buying it no more. You either going to join and be our brothers or let us know you Judas. You're not coming over here thinking you better and that we're less than you. We are not less than you. We're not better than you, and we're definitely not less than you. Don't get it twisted. Dahomey. The kingdom of Dahomey around 1894, right? Superimposed on a map of modern-day Republic of Benin. Benin. I got a partner. He was one of my best friends. His daddy was from Benin, and his mama was from Nigeria. He was my best friend. Okay? Now, I seen how the Nigerians moved on a high level. I respected some of their ways. I got to see all of how they moved. But I did notice a little resentment against Judah over here. Okay, there's a lot of Levite. He's really Levi. Okay, on both sides. Because in Nigeria, you got Levi in Nigeria. You got Judah in Nigeria. You got all three tribes in a lot of those areas. Benin has a lot of Levite too. Check it out. But even among that, you also have Hamitic tribes. Even among that, you also have Hamitic tribes, whom some of our people have taken a hold of their gods, their voodoo, and their witchcraft over there, and have mixed with some of those people. Let's read about it. The kingdom of Dahomey, who was not the homie, was a West African kingdom located with the present-day Republic of Benin. Oh, the power of Africa. That existed from approximately 1600, and your voodoo won't work on the chosen of Christ. So you can kill that garbage. If you're getting angry because we reading about your so-called magic, your voodoo won't work against Christ. Christ is over all demons. They get stomped on around here. That existed from approximately 1600 until 1904. It developed on the Abomey Plateau among the Fon people in the early 17th century and became a regional power in the 18th century. Ooh, look around the slavery. By expanding south to conquer key cities like Hueda. Key cities like Hueda. Who is Hueda? Judah. Hueda, let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, listen, we're going to bring it out for you tonight. The devil have been working in, no matter where we are, to take down the remnant who have not sold their souls to Baal. 1 second. Just for quickness, really quick, because I'm just getting this really quick off the hip. Hueda also spelled, because I know this for fact, so I can actually go to a proper source, but I didn't plan on that. Hueda also spelled Ouida, and Judah or Yahweh in the ancient Hebrew are historically distinct, though sometimes confused in old, often misinterpreted European maps. Hueda refers to an African kingdom, Hueda, and city in Benin, whereas Judah is the biblical tribe of Israel, with the name stemming from different origins. Okay, so that's what Hueda actually means. I want to show that really quick. Let's go back to the homies that's not the homies. Oh, we here straight up. We gonna put it straight to your face. Like my guys say, I'm gonna pay you back to your bosom. I'm gonna pay you back to your bosom. You gonna smell my spiritual cologne, baby. Straight up. Let me fix my chain real quick. Hold up. Let me hold up. Let me get it back together. Trying to hide. Trying to hide behind a Black Panther movie and deceive my people. And then you tried to play the people in the hood on a Black Panther movie and make Killmonger look like the bad guy. And try to, we got our kingdom over here, but the people in the hood, man, they don't got it together, but we a kingdom over here and whatever they call that Black Panther garbage. No. And there's no woman warriors. Okay? Those woman warriors you looking at, we finna show you why they had woman warriors, because it was witchcraft. They was pushing the same feminist garbage through their idols. Let's read. They went against Judah. As usual, the same thing going on right now. Over here going against Judah. Your own people link with Hamites, just like in the land of Israel, to go against Judah. Let's read it again. Expanding south to conquer key cities like Hueda or Judah. So black people out there, now you understand what's going on and why you see what's going on out there today. All nations in Psalms 83 have came together against us. They had to take down the key tribe because he got the key to the city. Because of Christ. Hueda is the tribe of Judah in Genesis 49, a son of Jacob, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who Christ came directly through that line. Belonging to the kingdom of Judah on the Atlantic coast, which granted it unhindered access to the Atlantic slave trade. Damn, Judas. You want to come over here and tell us we forgot where we came from? So what do you really mean about that? We forgot that when we were over there that you sold us to the white man? I'm not saying it to hate you. I'm just bringing out the facts. We get the apology, but can we get some where we can come over there without visas? Can we get to where we got acres that's for free over there that we can actually own? That's how you can make it right, not just some words. Can we get some of them doctor's offices that you coming over here getting, and you show us how to get some of these loans they won't give black people over here? That's how you can make it right. But you can't make it right by throwing your little African garments over you with your little voodoo hats and walking about like we nothing. It ain't going down like that, because the chosen remnant of Israel has risen. So not only are we a light over here to Americans, we are a light to the remnant of God's people in your countries who you don't even take care of over there. You ain't even doing your own work at home, trying to come over here and tell us about something. When we always supported Africa. You're gonna hear from the Bible today that you threw out, since you wanted to pick up the Quran, since you wanted to pick up that voodoo garbage, which has no power. You got oil over there, diamonds. Somebody else got to come to your country to show you how to make money from it, which you could be using and utilizing to bring power to your own people. You could have the best army in the world with all the resources you got in some of these countries. And you coming over here. That's lazy. It's weak. It's prideful. It's everything under the book. Let's talk about how some of your forefathers didn't tell some of your youth, and they probably did. That's probably why you're arrogant when you come over here. How it started over there. Christ said, they did it to me, they're going to do it to you. His own people was hating on him and sold him pretty much to the white man. Judas did, and it happened in Africa. Check that out. The same thing happened to Christ in Jerusalem, happened to us in Africa, and now it's happening to us in America. Woo-wee. Let's talk about it here. Ending tributary status to the Oyo Empire, Dahomey, which is not the homie, yeah, I'm going to say it like that, became a key regional state for much of the middle 19th century. European visitors extensively documented the kingdom, and it became one of the most familiar African nations known to Europeans for being a damn traitor. Yeah. You're going to try to come out with some Black Panther selling out. Our people going to support Africa because they don't know no better. Huh? Our people is paying our money. Don't tell me we don't like Africa, because our people support our money is what builds the stock market. Our labor is what built all of this, built the whole world. Chinese market specifically to us. They come here with their shops, with their weave and all of that, knowing if black people spending, we winning. If we don't spend, nobody ain't got no money. Because y'all ain't trying to get y'all nails and hair and all of that done and stay fresh like the kings and queens. And it's all good. But we gonna stay fresh. That's just how we are. We know we kings in our blood. We not finna roll up no doo-doo and put some incense in the house just because we don't want to spend no money. That's why the Most High was like, listen, Aaron, you better tell your sons, don't bring some of these other incense. You don't know why the Most High probably killed Aaron's sons when they brought them other incense. They might have went to the East Indians. East Indians straight scammed them. Listen, I got some cheap incense. Y'all ain't got to go over there, to get them from over there no more. We got some incense for you. It's the same thing. It's frankincense. We being frank in a sense, like what Dom say. No, listen. And they didn't roll this thing up in straight cow dung. The Most High had to kill them. Don't bring no other stuff. That's how men are. Men will tell you, you bring my food, keep it the same way I already like it. Don't change it. That's how the Most High is. He said, I change not. Don't you bring me no dirty doo-doo East Indian incense that's rolled up in cow dung. If you think I'm lying, go look it up. Now they got our people over there talking about they putting cow dung on the floors and huts. This is the natural way to live. You can keep that crap. We kings over here. I'm listen, I love the wilderness and all that at the camp, but I'm not cool with the rolling up, the African style of putting doo-doo on stuff. I'm good on it. I don't care if you got a big booty. They got the new thing on social media. It's beautiful African. They got beautiful dark skin walking around. They look good. And then they taking cow dung, putting it all on the walls and the floor, and talking about this, get rid of mosquitoes and all of that. Listen, I'm gonna find something else. We gonna find something else. We know who we are over here. If we didn't know we was Judah, we knew we was kings and queens. We look at something you try to bring to eat. I sent some to Iraq earlier, and I was messing with him because, listen, I was like, what is this on Facebook? I seen some snails. And I'm like, snails for sale? There's a street called Bel Air around the corner that we street preach sometime. And it's like, they got Nigerian signs. It's like a little Nigerian area. And then my best friend used to live around there. And my Nigerian doctor. I love my Nigerian doctor. She's a sweetheart. But she know I'm going to keep it real. So they got some snails for sale. And I was like, nah, this can't be. And to me, I'm curious. You know how Jake is. We look curious. Let me see who this is. This either got to be some Chinese or some Nigerians or something like that. Sure enough, I go to the page, and it's like snails. Who's taking a time to take snails out of shells and barbecue them and sell them? Some person named Mubungo. And I was like, hold up. And I'm trying to see what your rock gonna be talking about. He's like, listen, I seen the name Mubungo. Enough said. He was like, they not like us. They not like us, y'all. I'm telling you right now. Y'all can keep the snails. I don't know if you've been watching the French people too long, but we don't want no barbecue snails. You can give us some barbecue wings, but we'll keep the snails over there. You can add it to your fufu. We good on that. All right. Anyway, let's continue. Oh boy, here we go. We finna get to the meat and potatoes. European visitors extensively documented the kingdom. Esau, he writing everything down. And it became one of the most familiar African nations known to Europeans. Why? Because they were traders. Esau had been looking for Judah all this time. And they went and took advantage of the tribal wars and the fighting. And guess what? Judah didn't want to follow these other gods. These other Hamitic and Arab gods. And the homie, who is not the homie, this is just one of the African nations, then sold us over here. Let's go. Let's read about it. An important regional power. It had an organized domestic economy built on conquest and slave labor. That's how they made their money, from being a damn trader. Significant international trade, diplomatic relations with Europeans, not just any Europeans. Those who say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. We know who financed it. All you got to do is follow the money. A centralized administration, taxation, and organized military. Notable were significant artwork and all-female military unit called the Homie Amazons. Huh? Yeah. You didn't know what the Woman King was about, huh? You didn't know what the Black Panther movie was about, huh? Yeah. They use it in many ways. But when you see these women shaving their hair and them standing like they fighters and all that garbage, we're going to show you what it's about right here. By European observers and elaborate religious practices of Vodun. What is Vodun, you might ask? West African Vodun. Didn't I tell y'all in these countries is 90% Islam and witchcraft? You thought I was joking. The Christianity in Africa is not a lot. Don't let them fool you. My homeboy Tablet is Nigerian, running from Nigeria because he didn't want to be a voodoo priest. It's so prevalent there. He told me some stuff no different than Levi. He was like, listen, it's on a high level, brother, where they turning cats into stuff and all that. Okay? So, yeah. This article is about West African religion for other uses seafood. Okay, this is what I wanted. Look at this picture right here. You see these women, the bodyguards of the homies, who are not the homies. Vodunsis at a ceremony. A Vodunsi is someone belonging to and under full protection of a Vodun spirit. Now you know why you got your Woman King, right? While sisters are following this stupid African garbage, becoming witches over here in America. My black sisters out there, drop it. You need to know you're following something of people who sold your people over here. And when I posted this on my social media, I had some woman who I know used to be a witch who used to date one of my homies. And I told her, I said, listen, sister, I don't know if she's still doing no more. I said, listen, these people sold our people over here. So whatever you was doing before, you're following their guides, and they sold your people over here. So you might think it's cool for some, what they call it, black girl magic and all of that. Yeah. Those people sold your sisters and brothers and nephews and nieces over here. Voodoo, Vodun Sinsin, is an African traditional religion practiced by Aja Ewe and Fon peoples of Benin, Togo, Ghana, and Nigeria. They trick you. You think you coming over there to worship Jesus Christ. We know Jesus Christ is black. We Hebrew. Yeah. You really after Judah, though. There is no central authority and control of the religion, and much diversity exists among practitioners who are known as Vodun Sintu or whatever. It teaches the existence of a supreme creator divinity under whom are lesser spirits called Voduns, demons, jinns. Many of these deities are associated with specific areas, but others are venerated widely through West Africa. Some have absorbed from other religions, including Christianity and Hinduism. Ancient Babylon. The Vodun are believed to physically manifest in shrines. A damn genie in a bottle. This is what your African warrior princesses are dealing with. Damn genie in a bottle. Just like the Arabs. And the black man Solomon was given a ring to control this same demon. And now they're letting these demons control them to be some type of warrior princess. Boy, let me tell you, you see, when the elders of the Calvary of Christ Church, we here to preach Christ and the Holy Spirit. We don't have nothing against nobody. But if you want to battle, if you want to get this sword, it's gonna be double-edged. We got love, but you're not gonna try to deceive and bully our people. Because when they find out they've been played, it's over with. So some of y'all who thought the black girl magic was cute and all of that, yeah, you joined something. It's so low because you now joined something of somebody who sold your people and traded you over here. So it's so low when you join something like that. It's so low when you join Islam, an Arab who enslaved you and raped your people, raped your little boys, raped women and all that. It's low. They're physically manifest in shrines, and they are provided with offerings, typically including animal sacrifice. If they believed in Christ, they wouldn't do no animal sacrifice because he's the last sacrifice. There are several all-male secret societies. Of course, I know about it. They wear these little funny hats in Nigeria, including Oro and Ugongon. All of these sound like meals. Fufu. Okay, Oro Ugongon, into which individuals receive initiation. Various forms of divination are used to gain information from the Vodun, the most prominent, which is the Fa itself, governed by societies of initiates. The veneration of Vodun spirits occurred in West Africa prior to the era of historical documentation. In the 18th century, the Homi, which is not the homies, became a vassal state of the Oyo Empire, facilitating the westward transference of many Yoruba religious traditions. So y'all want us to be listening to this Afro beats. A lot of those brothers are dealing with the same witchcraft to become famous. You think I don't know? I know about these little guys. Burner Boy. I know about what's the little dude? I can't remember all their names because guess what? It ain't that famous to me. All right. So amid the Atlantic slave trade of the 16th to 19th century, Vodun Sento were among the enslaved Africans transported to Americas. Their traditional religious influence the development of the new religions such as Haitian voodoo, Louisiana voodoo, the Brazilian candomblé jeje. All of this stuff came from a lot of this, which really came from ancient Babylon, though, and the Canaanites. Attempted suppression of Vodun came with the Christianization projects of the 19th century of the Benin's Marxist government of the mid-20th century. Since the 1990s, there have been growing efforts to encourage foreign tourists to visit West Africa to receive the initiation of Vodun. Look at that. Huh? So I can go on and read, but they had look at they little guys they worship. Look at this garbage. You see this? Don't be going to the flea market and buying this stuff. Because when you go to the flea market, you are entertaining these little damn demons. So yeah, that's it. Look, there she go. There she go. Mami Wata, or Mami Yata, is a seductress. And you be hearing some of this. Y'all know y'all be hearing some of this in these Afrobeat songs. They be talking about Wata, but what Wata are they really talking about? Huh? What Wata are they? They always talking about, I can give you plenty money. You know why you can give her plenty money? Because you dealing with Mami Wata. We was thinking the whole time y'all was talking about water. See now we done found it out. Now we done found it out. So we good. Listen, If you ain't talking about Christ, you ain't talking about some good righteousness, we gonna be careful because this thing, we see this thing go straight deep. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I was jamming Afro beats. I used to love me some Burna Boy until he went to go visit Puffy, and his clothes changed. He got some hot music, but once he went to go visit Puffy, listen, his jacket started getting a little too puffy. So, and you know what I mean, but we're going to leave it there. I just got tired of every song about the Afro beats is telling the women, like the R&B days, I can give you plenty money. Listen, I need to get to know if I give her plenty money. We not begging for women around here. Give it plenty money. That's enough of that. So anyway, you got to see they not like us. Oh, we ain't done yet. Oh, we going in tonight. We ain't done yet. We're going to run through some of these links I have here. We ain't done it because I know I'm going to eat good. I'm going to eat good tonight, God willing. You know. And I'm going to eat good. It's going to be all be worth it. Leviticus 18:24 says, I just want to read this really quick before we go to it. Defile not ye yourselves in any of these things. For in all these things the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. And the land is defiled. Therefore do I visit the iniquity thereof upon it. And the land itself vomited out her inhabitants. So he told us, don't follow the Canaanite ways when we were there. Because he pushed some of them eventually into some of these other parts of Africa where their brothers was. We didn't went over there, hid among them, and start doing the same thing again. And he didn't drive them out because he just loved us like that. Not for our righteousness, but for the wickedness of the nations. It tells you in Deuteronomy 9:4, okay? And just to prove to you Africans or you Ethiopians, we don't hate anybody, let's go to Jeremiah 38:7 really quick. Let me prove something to you real quick. We just here to speak the facts. We speak it to our people first and then to the Gentiles. It said to the Jew first and also to the Gentile. So we already check our own people. Jeremiah. Let me show you something real quick. There's righteous Gentiles among you, but we talking about the ones who trying to come over here and deceive and play us. Not the good Arabs, not the good Chinese, not the good Africans, not the good Europeans. No, 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 no. There's going to be righteous Gentiles saved too. So we are never talking about righteous people. We're talking about people who are trying to divide, who are being used to divide. Don't get it twisted. But we can't let nobody bully our people. It's not going down. One moment. Let me fix this view up really quick. Let me show you something that there was some good Hamites. Now Canaan became cursed. He became a servant. But you know what I mean? But there's still some of them who are going to be saved if they join the body of Christ. Okay, whom we know is Jesus Christ, right? Who they call him today. If you're a Hamite, we don't hate you. But don't think we're not going to tell the truth about what your people have done. Because we have to tell our own people the truth about what our forefathers have done. It has to go around the full circle. Just because a real conversation comes out, don't mean there's hate involved. Just like you can come over here and tell us we think we forgot where we came from, or we going to tell you, brother, you forgot where you came from. You forgot you sold us over here. You forgot we went over there and fought for you. The white man was winning the wars because of the black man, Judah, over here. The so-called Negro. So let's get that right. Our veterans and our black brothers were getting hired by white Romans, even in the book of Josephus during the time of the Maccabees. You can read it in Josephus. The Romans were hiring Negroes, which are Israelites, in Rome to fight their battles. I'm telling you truth. We have always been the world's best warriors in the world. This is like documented history. And every time we were hired, we only needed a small amount of people. Because the Most High put a warrior spirit on Judah. You can read about it in the Testament of Judah. He gave him an angel of might. That's why Judah, he got that attitude to stay on the front line in his mind. He have no fear. Yeah, he might be crouched down now a little bit because we went through a whole lot. Any person would go through something. But check it out. He is waking up Judah and making them roar, which is why they want to take the Black Panther and turn them into black lions so they can try to deceive the people that Israelites are bad for telling the blacks that they are the true Jews of the Bible. Let's read about this good Ethiopian here. See, we know how to bring it back around too. Verse 10 says, Jeremiah 38:10 says, the king commanded Ebed-melech the Ethiopian, which is a Hamite, saying, take from hence 30 men with thee and take up Jeremiah the prophet out of the dungeon before he die. So Ebed-melech, let me get his name right. Ebed-melech took the men with him and went to the house of the king under the treasury and took thence old cast clouts and old rotten rags and let them down by the cords into the dungeon to Jeremiah. And Ebed-melech the Ethiopian said to Jeremiah, put now these old cast clouts and the rotten rags under thine armholes. Ooh, we know he's gonna have to clean up after that, but good Lord. Under the cords, and Jeremiah did so. So they drew up Jeremiah with cords and took him up out of the dungeon. And Jeremiah remained in the court in prison. So yeah, I wanted to show you. He was this eunuch, this Ethiopian, had heard that they put him in a dungeon, and he was used to take Jeremiah out of there. Right? The only problem we got with Ethiopians is when they be claiming to be, when the Jewish people be try to tell them they the Jews, but don't want to tell us we the Jews. Nah. No. So let me get some of these links for you guys really quick, and then we're going to get out of here. Fair use on these links for educational purposes only. I'm sure you guys probably seen some of this madness out here. These are the Hodge twins. They put this video out here. Been watching them a long time. Fair use, educational purposes only.
Molly girl claims the ICE agents beat the hell out of her and called her the horrible N-word. Yeah, that's totally credible.
Does this mic work? Yeah, it works. Hello. Okay, yeah.
Does this mic work? You're at a press conference with a mic in front of you. Does this mic work? The dude was just talking.
I am proud. I am proud to say that I've survived ICE. I'm proud to say that I stood up for what is right. And people are saying...
She's talking like she just went to war. Like she came face to face with the Klan.
Many people are saying, including my family and friends, that I will go down in history. And I will carry this on my shoulders. Yeah, so I got kidnapped by ICE. So now we're going to get into...
So they're using these people, these crisis actors that they're paying, that these liberals are dealing with, right? To keep us defunded from any monetization of any type of monies that should come to us from us building this country. They're using any type of resources they have to defund this country. I mean, run the numbers up on this country, so this country don't have money to fund us. But they got Jewish people who's on food stamps in big communities and all that. They spending their little cash, but they on food stamps. So when you see that number of white people on food stamps, hey, there's a lot of Jewish people on food stamps more than black people. So the nerve for them to try to talk about our people who built this country on food stamps, not that you shouldn't try to get off of these things, but they are on them. It's a whole Jewish community that's on food stamps. So what I'm saying is not a bad thing. I'm telling you the truth. You can go and look it up for yourself. all of these Hamites and these other people coming over here, just right, using and abusing our people, getting over.
Kidnapped by ICE. I'm sorry, I don't find you credible when you say things like kidnap, because that's a left-wing talking point. Yeah, you got detained by ICE. Nobody kidnapped you.
I got kidnapped by ICE. So ICE came to my neighborhood. Then there was this ICE agent who called me a racial slur. So,
man, she is not a good liar or a good actor.
With my skin.
Look at the boy behind her. He trying to hold it together. Look at the this Asian behind him.
And me being a black person,
You ain't black. You ain't black. Your skin might be black, but you ain't no nigga. You ain't no Israelite. That's why we teaching this today. Don't try to act like you come over here and fit in the curses of us. If you wanted to work together or something, you could have came holler at us. You could have came checked in with us. But y'all didn't do that.
In America, I go through a lot. I see a lot.
Let me tell you, when I went to Egypt, as soon as I went there, they were looking at me like, what the hell you doing here? So when you go to these other countries, that's how they looking at you like, what are you doing here? And we welcome these people over here in our culture and all that. And then they have the nerve to try to talk down on us. Man, get the hell up out of here.
I've experienced a lot of things.
Maybe you should have
I'm also
stayed in
Somali,
Somalia.
and I'm gonna say right now that
Somalia.
even though people see me as Somali, I'm still a black person.
There you go.
Oh, really? Nah, I didn't know that. Man. So ICE agents are going up to people. No.
Woo-wee. Hey, listen. I would tell you right now, boy, it's crazy out here. Yeah, we're gonna just run through these really quick. We're gonna run through them. Yeah, let me show you what's going on with social media right now. Fair use.
Talking about Somali people and how we're pirates, scammers. At least we wash our ass after we take a shit.
Hey, what's going on? Is this your country? Hey, what's going on? Is this your country? Is this that place you're talking about where everyone wipes their ass? Yeah, looks like shit. You wash your ass, mate. How about you wash the f***ing ground? You come to the Western world and you're complaining about us. Somalia is known for its lack of hygiene. Somalia is known for its lack of hygiene. Your country doesn't even have f***ing toilets. That's why your country has a cholera problem, a disease that comes from poo. You're saying we don't clean our ass. You guys poo in drinking water and then you drink it.
We're talking about Somali people and how we're pirates, scammers. At least we wash our ass.
And listen, you know Esau gonna bring it to you. He's one of the most profane people on earth. The Bible said, lest thou be like Esau, you know, the profane person whose soul is sold for a morsel of meat, a bloody meat. When he let you know, he gonna let you know with straight profanity. Esau like, listen, nah. Even Esau and the white man in America is starting to stand up for the black people to a certain degree. Like, hold up. They starting to realize, like, man, this whole thing here, something ain't right. Something is not right. Hold up. Let me get this together here. Let me get this together, y'all. There she go.
It's an interesting thing.
The homie is not the homie.
It's very hard to describe what it means to be Somali and what it means to be American. But
let us know.
It's like a cultural fusion. It's kind of like the bananas and rice. You know, people don't really see, like, you know, it's you know, people don't think, oh, you can eat bananas with rice, but that's what it's like to be Somali and American. It's like that combination of banana and rice, but you're gonna get what I mean.
Nah, sweetheart, we don't get what you mean, baby girl. We don't know what that is. See, I'm talking about you ain't dealing with that Judah swag. So what the hell are you talking about right now?
So I'm Somali. I'm proud to be Somali. To me, being Somali isn't just eating bananas with rice. It's a lot. It's like it's an interesting thing. It's very hard to describe what it means to be Somali and what it means to be American.
Take your time.
But it's like a cultural fusion. It's kind of like the bananas and rice. You know, people don't really see, like, you know, it's you know, people don't think, oh, you can eat bananas with rice, but that's what it's like to be Somali and American. It's like that combination of banana and rice, but you're gonna get what I mean.
It's like bananas and rice, y'all. You know, it's like bananas and rice. Good Lord. Father, have mercy. I'm telling you, our God said he gonna put a foolish nation over us. Man, it was the scripture. The scriptures never lied. The scriptures never lie. He said, I will put a foolish nation over you. Father, have mercy.
President Trump.
Somalis are not black.
And the base that is attacking our community.
Somalis are not black.
We understand that you are here to divide us.
Somalis are not black.
To create fear amongst us.
Somalis are not black.
And to selectively target.
Look how he trying to look hard. Dude, you trying to make a crucial face. You ain't, nobody is scared of no damn Somalis. Have you not watched Boys in the Hood, brother?
Somalis, not black.
The blackest immigrant and Muslim community in this great state.
Why would I say I'm black? Yeah, like my skin color got melanin, but melanin is not black. Melanin is like a thing that helps you survive the sun. So it's like, tell me, like, that's this black identity thing. Like, that's a white man literally, like, trying to brainwash you.
It's a white man. Did he make any sense? It's a white man trying to brainwash us because he believes though he has black skin, he's not black, but he is actually black. Brother, just say that you're Somalian and you're not a Negro or an Israelite. Man, woo! I'm going to tell you right now, y'all. So let me tell you, when you get that wisdom in that Bible, you're going to be able to unravel all of this garbage that they're trying to come with. All of this garbage they're trying to come with. As you see, you don't want to get caught up in what these people dealing with. Because you dealing with, they know who they brung over here. These people couldn't even run it. You ain't want your people in that daycare. I'll tell you right now. Fair use.
Favorite Somalian freeloader. Hey, thank you for your tax dollar. I'm eating really good. Thank you for taking care of me. I love you, Americans. You've been such a hospitality. Not hostility. You show us hospitality. That's good. We appreciate you. Because of your tax dollar, I get to eat 5 times a day. Before, it was 80 cents. They used to send us back in Africa 80 cents. Now, I get this EBT card loaded each month with 400 to 500. The freeloader, your favorite freeloader. I'm enjoying myself. Enjoying this food. Taking vacation here. I'm in my free house provided for me by Enhan. So I'm enjoying myself. Please do not disturb me.
Now listen. This is what Paul said. The nations will have to provoke us to jealousy. We can't just get emotional. We need to come back to our God. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that's going to save us from this. And you know, we know that some of these people in Africa are our people. But at the same time, they're going to have to prove themselves. We done with the talking. We need to see you start walking. Huh? They're so desperate right now to get as close as they can to the so-called black term, which is why Elder was saying a long time ago, we need to stop identifying as just being black, because if we don't identify with who the Bible says we are, how can we get anything that was supposed to belong to the Jews in the Bible? See? A Nigerian couple has been arrested after allegedly kidnapping ICE agents who had to arrest them. Now, these look like Levites and Judites right here. They're trying to get as close to us as possible so that ICE can come and try to target our people. You don't see what they're doing? using Judas, the African who took the bag against us. Oh yeah. We know there's people in Nigeria that's our people. We know that. But a lot of them took that bag a long time ago. And some of them then took the bag and like, listen, Esau like, listen, brother, y'all came over here. We let y'all over here. When these black people built this place. And right now we're telling you, because they're ruling next, we need you to do something for the money we've given you. We're going to need you to do something for us because we've done something for you. Ha ha! Yeah. So you Nigerians thought you were going to come and get the Satan bag for free? You can't come over here and not be humble towards your brothers and show love to us because we love you back. We definitely love you. Or we going to speak that real to you. We definitely love you, though. We going to love you like a big brother and tell you that real. Huh? Boy, they've been trying hard. Sorry, I got, you know how you feel like you're getting oil in your eyes. We almost done here. I don't know. What is this? I don't know how that got in there. I must have clicked the wrong link, but, Look. We gonna call out the coons in our country. You let us call out our own Uncle Toms, cause you can't speak in Africa. You can't call nobody no Uncle Tom. You are beneath an Uncle Tom. If your forefathers sold us over here, let us call out our own Uncle Tom. We know how to handle ours over here.
Has killed more Americans in 2026 than illegal immigrants have.
Liberal Negro. Look at this and see how many actual immigrants have actually killed Americans here. How many they've killed. So he's talking about ICE have killed more people. Nah, brother, the immigrants have. It was sad to see when we was young watching this comedian and he's just a total sellout. Bernie Mac went out like a G. This dude went out like he can't even be on the letter of the alphabet. Fair use. Some things in life they just don't want to see. But if Martin Luther was living. Fair use. We don't own the rights to this music. It's just fair use. All right. So that's basically what DL was talking about. Let me see. Can I just turn that music off? Look, the list goes on and on. On and on and on. Immigrants have killed Americans over here. And they still let them over here. On and on and on. So what the hell was D.L. Hughley talking about? They just speak things they don't know from emotion. And about the white man. As if they don't have white Democrats that he works for. These people work on both sides. Look, the list just keep going on and on. You sure about that, Mr. D.L. Hughley? Might want to do a little research before you speak that. Because let me tell you. Because the children of Israel is online showing you what it is. 1 second here. They're also using things like this. So I want y'all to be careful for AI. Don't pay attention to them using Israelites or brothers, because people, when we say Israelites, we already know that Negroes are Israelites. So when you see us using that term, this brother in the cop uniform, he's an Israelite. It's not a group. It's a bloodline from the Bible. That's what God himself said. Okay? And it didn't start in 1948. Okay? So they're using artificial intelligence to provoke black people to go out to the streets. Hear it.
Some backwoods county. This is Brooklyn. You can play those games in other states, but not here. Not on my.
You think nobody sees you hiding behind a mask?
Step back, officer.
Nah, not today. Stop hiding behind masks. You want to snatch people up? Do it in the daylight. You can play those games in other states, but not in New York.
Listen, New York is not hard. I'm sorry to tell you. None of these places is hard. So it be people doing all of this acting. Listen, you can have a loud voice. Boom. It's no different than what Queen Latifah did and set it off. So they're trying to get our brothers and sisters in New York to come out on these streets. So that's why they're saying this. This is Brooklyn. This is New York. To get our poor brothers and sisters who have suffered in these places to come out to the streets so they can get caught in a trap. Right? Trust me. And New York ain't hard. Busta Rhymes, he one of them people who be talking hard, but he be straight LGBT. So we not buying this New York thing. Nah. Men is men no matter where they from. You either a man or you're a coward. It don't matter about where you from. See what I'm saying? So they trying to don't fall for this trap thing, y'all, because there's a bunch of sellouts in every place that we from. Texas, New York, California, no matter where you from. So they trying to get y'all out in Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, whatever borough or street you from. Don't fall for it. They ain't that hard like they talking right here. Trust me.
How much is your bonus? Like 30, 50,000?
Look, somebody said we bout it. Hey, it's a lot of immigrants in New York. I don't know how bout it. They run New York. So we not gonna even get into no fleshly mindset. That's not what I'm talking about. In New York remind me the same of Alexandria, Egypt. Listen, let me tell you, we don't run none of this stuff. You have to understand that. You have to understand who runs this. Don't be carnal and think that we run anything. It's no different than people talking about, this is my block. This is not your damn block. Let me tell you when you know it's your block. When your name is on the street sign and you go to the county and they say that's your block. That's how you know it's your block. So the new way of being gangsters is the most stupid way. See, one thing I can say, even though I don't agree with none of this stuff, is how you watch that American Gangster movie with Denzel Washington, how he went over there and put out the middleman. He went to China. That's a whole nother level of thinking. This thing is about thinking. And right now we ain't thinking. Chicago don't own nothing. They don't own none of them blocks. New York, New Jersey, with Connecticut, Houston, Texas, Dallas, this is not our home. So we can't be up in here acting hard because we see some artificial intelligence talking about where you from, and then you hit the streets and you become a crash dummy. See, if we was hard, these people wouldn't be having no foot now behind. No different in Africa. Let me tell you who's hard. Christ.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is what broke people do for money, bro.
Yeah.
This is college educated right here for all you other retards or Down syndrome having ass motherfuckers. Take your mask off, bitch.
Excuse the language. I can't play that because that's just too much. It's just too much profanity. But I wanted to show you how they're using this negativity, this profanity, this energy to get people on the streets. Issachar is not hard either because they was wanting us to come to the streets, but they would kill each other. So I'm here to just keep it real. Because let me tell you, I can speak like this because guess what? We want to see somebody body. I can tell you somebody who's body. But it ain't a lot of these who you think. Okay? So we need to fight this war spiritually. Because and that's one thing I'm proud about Judah about, because Judah is all online staying out the way. Okay? Judah is all on. Y'all want to see the fake Panthers? Let's get these fake Panthers for y'all real quick. Let's get these fake Panthers for y'all. Let me see where I can find it because I know I sent it to Elder. No, matter of fact, Elder sent it to me. Oh, first, let me show you this one. Lord have mercy. Let me show you this one first. What in the world? 1 second, guys. Why is it not, I don't know why it's not like showing me what I'm trying to click on here. What is going on? 1 second, y'all. Every time I'm going to it, it's not clicking on it. I mean, it's not opening up to what I actually, it's okay. I'll get this other thing. One second. I'm trying to find it for y'all. I got it. Here you go. Fair use. I got it. It's probably going to be the last video I'm going to show here. Yeah. Fair use.
All power to the people. As everyone knows, I'm Paul Birdsong. I got a message from Aaron Dixon today saying that he no longer supports us. That after he gave me orders to make a video saying that him and other members were coming, that he withdrew his support. And that he said that this situation is unimportant to him, even though my comrades have risked their lives and spent thousands of hours of their time and dollars and life standing behind a cause, you know. He said he's going to make a statement saying no one has the right to call himself a Black Panther going forward. I told him to make sure that he put in that statement that he did, in fact, give us the right to call ourselves that, because I still have the messages where he did, just in case he doesn't. And I put in there also, make sure that you put in there that Emory Douglas did give us the right to wear that emblem, because I still have the messages where that happened too.
Listen, guys, let me tell y'all something. People all online already know that this dude is a paid agent. Now, I don't know if he went to prison or jail or whatever, but I know he took a bag, or he you know, maybe he had to do this to get out of some type of prison sentence, or maybe he took money. But this is not the original Black Panther Party. People are already saying this all online, and they're trying to, and I know it was planned, change the name from Black Panthers to Lions. So that's why you see in my title like that, because Black Panthers, they're not lions. They go hard in the paint like they're basically jaguars, black jaguars, but they're not lions. A lion is the king of the jungle. And that lion I'm talking about is Christ, the Lion of Judah. And he has a representation of him, which is the Judite people living in the four corners of the earth, predominantly America. Okay? So unfortunately, this Judas have taken the bag. And they don't represent the lions at all, even if they change it from Black Panthers to Lions. They were never Panthers or Lions.
But as it stands, because of that, because of me and my comrades risking our lives and all the heat that we went under, because of the counter-revolutionary practices, because...
One, no offense, but one, look at these cats. 1 second here. This who we following right here? This look like some cats that were just selling some weed on the block. I mean, where you find these Negroes at? This is the new revolution right here. I don't listen. I don't mean to say nothing bad, but I'm just saying, like, I don't see anything to follow. And I'm not talking down on my people, but I don't. If this who we following, we done. I'm gonna tell you right now. If this who we following, my brother looked like he couldn't make it around the block, let alone try to lead a nation of black folks. Man, this is a joke. Esau knows it's a joke, but he gonna use it. Esau gonna use it anyway.
Don't believe in black nationalism, like Bobby Seale said in the video that I shared on my page.
Listen, I can't even play this whole thing. It's just garbage. I can't even listen to this dude talk right now. I can't. But I wanted to play this video. Let me see, can I find it? I'm gonna find it for y'all. Watch this. Watch this. Let me see, can I find it really quick? Does it allow me to search on here or anything? This is probably how I can find it. One second, y'all. Let me see. Can I find this really quick? Okay, I think I got it. Let me see. Yeah, it's this dude right here. He has it on his page. I don't know why it's just not pulling up. I don't want to have to go through all this dude's post, though. I thought it was a recent post. Okay, so basically, I guess I can't find it. For some reason, it's just not opening up. He basically had two women, and it was AI, looking like they were fighting against ICE. So they're slowly moving towards... And it was two black women, and they showed afros. And so you got to see what they're trying to do is what I'm saying. Yeah, they're not showing it to me. It's okay. It was two black women with afros fighting against ICE. AI, because people can't distinguish against of what's AI anymore. So we really have to start seeing that. They're using artificial intelligence. They're staging things. They're using crisis actors. And we need to stay out of the way of that and continue to build the kingdom of heaven. Let me see something real quick. Watch this. See if I can find this in 2nd Ezra really quick. Yeah, 2nd Ezra 13 and 36. 2nd Ezra 13 and 36. Then we're going to get up out of here. So I'm going to give me some good old food. Watch this. Let's see. Let's start at 33. And when all nations hear his voice, every man shall leave his own land and the warfare that they have against one another. And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as you saw, desiring to come and to conquer him. But he shall stand on top of Mount Zion. And Zion will come. A mountain can't come to you. And Zion will come and be made manifest to all people. So you got two representations of Zion right here. The mountain he's going to stand on, but really that mountain is represented like in Daniel. The hill graven without hands. The hill graven without hands it talks about in Daniel is the same mountain talked about in Ezra's. The hill graven without hands and the mountain graven without hands. Okay? Let's see. Let's see, can I find that part? 1 second. Because it's talking about those who will be left. verse 24, where it says, understand therefore that those who are left behind are more blessed than those who have died. This is the interpretation of the vision. As for your seeing a man come up from the heart of the sea, it's talking about Christ. This is he whom the Most High has been keeping for many ages. I must have a different one than the KJV. Who will himself deliver his creation, and he will direct those who are left. So our only direction will not be under no Black Panthers. It will not be under any group. It's under Christ. And that's why we call it the gathering of Christ, church, because it's his gathering. And as for your seeing wind and fire and a storm coming out of his mouth, and as for his not holding a spear or weapon of war, yet destroying the unrushing multitude which came to conquer him. This is the interpretation. Behold, the days are coming when the Most High will deliver those who are upon the earth, and bewilderment of mind shall come over those that dwell on the earth. And they shall plan to make war against one another, city against city, place against place, people against people, and kingdom against kingdom. Now check it out. It's telling you right here, and they shall plan to make war. This is their new world order that Christ is telling us about, that they are causing this. They are, all of these nations are in one mind together to deceive the whole world, okay, and to try to stay over us and try to defeat Christ. It's not going to happen, though. But it's telling you that all the stuff Christ is telling you in Matthew 24, it's them trying to do it. But, you know, it's a lot of acting. That's why he said, don't let no man deceive you. Okay, so let's continue. All right, I'm trying to see where I left. Where did I leave off at? Okay, 32. So we got nation against nation. This is just like Matthew 24, verse 32. And when these things come to pass, the signs occur, which I showed you before. I'm getting sleepy. Then my son will be revealed, whom you saw as a man coming up from the sea. And when all the nations hear his voice, every man shall leave his own land and the warfare they have against one another, and an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together, as you saw, desiring to come and conquer him. But he will stand on the top of Mount Zion, and Zion will come and be made manifest to all people, prepared and built, as you saw the mountain carved without hands. Now watch this. One second. Daniel 2 and 34. Daniel 2 and 34, really quick. I think that's it. Right? This is the precept to it. Let's go to 32. The image head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. All this whole empire from Babylon, now we're the daughter of Babylon. This have been their whole thing to rebuild the Tower of Babel, okay, with the image of this false god of Nimrod, okay? But this, obviously, this is in the time where they're talking about Nebuchadnezzar. Thou sawest till that stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet. This is the image of the beast, but modern day now we're in daughter of Babylon. So the hill, thou sawest till that stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image of the feet. Who that stone is Christ. That were of iron and clay, and break them to pieces. Their artificial intelligence that they will make after this image will be totally destroyed by Christ and his 144,000. This is what it's talking about, okay? That you want to make an image to this beast. So this beast, all the way back from Nebuchadnezzar, also now represents this new artificial intelligence and this empire and this new world order that they're dealing with, okay? Then was the iron, the clay, and the brass, and the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together. All these nations that came together, you understand, are going to be broken and became like the chaff of the summer in the threshing floors, and the wind carried them away. Because Judah and Israel are Christ's battle axe. We are his weapons of war. We're back in Ezra's. It says, as you saw the mountain carved without hands. And he, my son, it says he is the mountain, him and his people, his battle axe. He is that stone. And he, my son, will reprove or correct the assembled nations for their ungodliness that was symbolized by the storm, and will reproach them to their face. To their face. Ain't no hiding. We're going to come and pay you back to your face, to your bosom. That's what Christ said. See what I'm talking about? And will reproach them to their face. Ain't no beating around no bush. With their evil thoughts and their torments, which they are to be tortured by, which was symbolized by the flames, and will destroy them without effort by the law. So if the pastors are telling you there ain't no law, but Christ is coming back to judge with the law, if you ain't following the law, if you don't have faith and you're not following the law, you're going to be destroyed along with these nations, whether you're Jew or Gentile, which was symbolized by fire. And as for you, you're seeing him gather to himself another multitude that was peaceable. These are the 10 tribes which were led away from their own land into captivity in the days of King Hoshea, whom Shalmaneser, the king of Assyrians, led captive. So you're going to have Benjamin, Judah, and Levi, okay? A lot of them in the wilderness. And some of the other 10 tribes are going to be with them. But most of the rest of the 10 tribes, most of the rest of them will meet them later. So yes, some of the 10 tribes who are already awakened will be with Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. But not a majority of them, because a majority of them is still not listening and awakened right now. So they will start to see things on the back end a little later. And Christ will meet that peaceable multitude later. All right? So once again, the panther is not the lion. I'm talking about, when I say panther, okay, I'm talking about the fake Black Panthers. They not the Lion of Judah. They don't represent us. The Somalians, they told you they ain't black, even though their skin is black. But when we say black, we talking about Israelites, Negroes. They not like us. They don't represent us. So don't hit the streets with somebody who don't represent you, who don't love you. And stop falling in love and stop being too kind and too nice to people who ain't for you. I don't give a damn. They from Nigeria, Ghana, Egypt, Arabia. No. If they ain't for your turn and Christ's turn, no. We done with that. Let them stand with their guys, and we going to stand with our guys, and we going to see who going to stand on top. Know what I'm talking about? Anyway, peace and blessings to everybody. I pray everybody was doing good and are doing good as we speak with this weather, but we're going to make it through it. We're going to make it through it. It was really a warm winter here, at least for us in Houston. It was not as bad as they said in Houston. It did snow in places like Dallas, so I'm still praying for people either way, because we have to endure to the end. But we can't be deceived. You see what I'm saying? We cannot be deceived by any of this. So tell your friends, tell your family, and be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Don't hit the streets, because we don't have nothing to do with them Hamites that's out there, unless they saying, man, can you come and baptize us? See what I'm saying? That's it. If they want to get baptized and join Christ, it's all good. But other than that, they got to fight that war, because that war ain't got nothing to do with us. Okay? Peace and blessings to everybody. Make sure if you want your supplements, you go to keysupplements.com. Make sure if you want to join our Hebrew and Bible Academy, you go to historytimes.org. Once again, that is historytimes.org. Enroll for the next Hebrew and Bible Academy so you can go into depth. You think I went into depth tonight? I could go too much into depth, right? Because we have a whole academy for that, to do that type of stuff. Okay? And I'm sure Elder gonna kick some behind soon on this thing, you know, and put a whole foot in it. Okay? But yes, if you want you some supplements, you already know where to go. Keysupplements.com. Key means kingdom is in you, because Christ said the kingdom is us. We have to take care of our temples, all right? What was I going to say? I forgot what I was about to say, but yeah. We got everything you need on here. Right now, we're actually working on the site, really redoing all of the labels to look like this. So you're getting ready to see a whole new vibe and a lot of additions to the site. So if you want to get what you need, just go there and we got you hooked up. And if you need some homestead stuff, we do have homestead stuff too. All right, we got a lot of stuff on there, so go ahead and check it out. And my main thing is this: make sure you guys are trying to eat healthy and really work out. We need to be like me and your Rock. Shout out to your Rock out there for being my moderator, and shout out to Elder Dale. Thank you, Elder Dale, for letting me know you were not going to be here today. Shalom to you and your family. But like me and your Rock saying, like, we talk about it a lot. Man, let's try to stay in shape, man. Let's try to stay healthy, because we can talk about these times, but we really got to stop being so sloppy in what we do, right? Men, we got to get it together. Sisters, we got to get it together. You know, let's stay healthy, man, to make it through these times. Really, really, really. Let me tell you, learn some of these old things. Learn how to shoot that old bow and arrow. Learn like just so many things in case something shut down. You still know how to do both things. Okay, so that's all we have for you tonight. I hope you were hope you understood and you got a great understanding. And if you didn't, it's okay, because Elder Rawchaa comes on to bring it home on Wednesday nights. And then we have the brother Deacon Hazak, who comes on Thursday on G.O.C.C. Media. Now, Elder does come on A Gathering 144 on Wednesdays, and then on Fridays, and then on Saturdays, and on Sunday he'll be on historytimes.org. That's our main pastor and elder of our church, Gathering of Christ Church. And then we have Elder Amar, who also comes on G.O.C.C. Media on Fridays. Okay, so we have two channels, G.O.C.C. Media, and our main channel is A Gathering 144. All right, peace and blessings to you all out here. I got to get me some rest. I'm always working really hard, and you know, I got to make sure I pace myself. All right, peace and blessings to you all. Shalom.
The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy. You're invited.